Okay, welcome to the Candy Shop. I am Candace, and this is the Lion's Den. I'm going to allow my panel to introduce themselves. So, starting with the couple up at the top.
I'm Bert.
I'm Hannah. I don't know him.
All right, and we'll go down to the bottom, starting with Kenny. You can introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kenny. I am the cousin to the host of this show. Hope everybody is staying warm out there because it's cold as hell in Texas.
And last but not least,
hello everybody. I'm Lee Black. I'm always feel it's a pleasure to be on the show. So thank you guys, and I look forward to having a good night tonight.
Yes, and actually tomorrow Lee will be doing Real Talk for Real Men, the Valentine's special with all men only. Unfortunately, my husband won't be there because we have plans.
You know what? I know for some people, so I know how that goes. But if you don't have plans like some of us, it's an all-male panel where women get to ask whatever they would like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So Kenny, are you joining?
I would be there. I don't have no damn plans yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to watch the recording. I'm gonna be commented on the recorded part when I watch it on Sunday. And I'm sure Bert and Hannah, y'all have plans tomorrow. So
I think Bert is going to be on it because I don't know what we're doing. Probably Sunday.
Okay. So at the actual
fantastic. Fantastic.
The actual day. All right. Well, we'll get started. I want to start with something lighthearted before I go to a question that causes some controversy. So I'm going to start with this question. Have you ever been used for sex or ghosted after a one-night stand? And let me tell you the reason why I asked this. So I was on Lee's show. Was it last week or a few days ago? Mm-hmm. I think we were talking about this. And we talked about some women moving like men. And so there are some women that have no problem with sleeping with men. They get up and leave when it's time, and that's it. But I want to know from the men, like I know I've heard previously that some men will be like, oh, I still got mine and I still used her. So I'm gonna start with Kenny, then I'm gonna go to Bert, and then I want to hear Lee's answer last. So Kenny, are you frozen?
Yep.
Okay, wow. So we're gonna move to Bert. When Kenny comes back, let me see. I'm gonna remove Kenny for right now, and hopefully his connection will get good. So Bert, what are your thoughts on this question? Have you ever been used for sex or ghosted? Like, can a man be used for sex?
Okay, it never happened to me, but it can happen to a man. Most definitely, it can happen to a man. So, and that defense mechanism, like, oh yeah, at least I got mine. Yeah, but she still ghosted you. It don't make a difference. Yeah, you got yours, but so does she. So, yeah, it can happen. I agree. It can happen.
Okay, Lee, I want to hear your response, and I know it's going to be similar to what you said the other night, but I want to hear your response.
Well, to me, it definitely happens. I think now more so than ever, to be honest with you. I think for a lot of years we were doing it to women, and that was our MO. But I think now a lot of women, they have no problem whatsoever putting notches on their bedpost, so to speak, and then saying that, you know what, I'm gonna get mine, and even if you think you rang their bell, you might not hear from them. In my opinion, now where we're at and on this subject, we don't get to choose. You guys are doing the choosing, in reality, and it's more prevalent now than ever before that you pretty much have to wait till they ready for you again. I think women are holding all the cards. Now, you guys are in safe, stable relationships, so you're not out here experiencing it. But even before I went celibate, I knew I was being used for sex, and I'm an old fat man. But I had no illusions about it that they knew I was dealing with. I'm gonna use one example. I had these couple of young girls I was dealing with. Now you might think as an old guy, oh my God, that's the ultimate fantasy. Yeah, it was fun at first, but the thing of it was, I knew that They were coming over because here you got this older guy that has a decent, clean place. He gonna have liquor. He gonna have weed. We can, take a hot shower if we need to. And I knew even leaving here, they were going someplace else. So I was being used. Now, the thing of it was, did I care? Not really.
Okay. Okay. Hannah, what are your thoughts?
No, I've never been used for sex or ghosted. I've actually never had a one night stand. So I'm going to say
Wow.
I did at one time wanted a one night stand. I think I told you this before. When I first liked her, I was like, you would have been my one night stand if I ever had one. But I've never had one. It just not. I did one time, just like I should have a one night stand to forget about it, but I just never had one. As far as use for sex, actually no. And I never used a man for sex. I will say this though, I did not used, but I did have one encounter where I just didn't want the relationship. That was after, like, right before I went celibate, after my divorce. I didn't want a relationship, and it wasn't full sex. It was like oral, not on my behalf. And after that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. And it wasn't because of the sex, but I guess he might have taken it as ghosting. I just wasn't in that mood, in that mindset to have a relationship. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. But it was right after that. So it wasn't ghosting. It was just, I wasn't ready for any of that.
Okay.
Sense.
And so Kenny's trying to come back. As soon as he's back on here, I'm going to add him back, and I want to hear his thoughts on it. But I'll talk about myself. I'm going to be very transparent. So I've never had an actual one night stand before, but I do remember in college is where I lost my virginity. And it was at a time where I felt like this was, I wasn't a woman until I actually had sex, because all my friends around me were having sex. And when I actually did it, there was a guy that I really liked. And at the time I was intimate with him, and a friend of mine, a female friend, young girls being immature, she's like, you got to go over there, have sex with him, and then get up and leave. And that'll make him like chase you. And so I played those little games, and at times he would call me, but when you look at it now, it's like he was getting it. Still, I don't feel like I had the upper hand. I feel like it was just, he still had the upper hand. We never were in a relationship, and I ended up, of course, getting engaged to my first husband. But I feel like it's a double standard. It's very hard for women to say that they're using a man, because in the end, the man is still you're opening your legs and laying down. So as the woman. So yeah, go ahead, Lee.
Because I want to add to that, and that's really, really what it was. I had so many situations, I called it rotation, where it was funny to me because I had ones that would come over, and one person in particular, she would come over only after 10 o'clock, beautiful young girl, come real clean, everything, come over, do her thing, wouldn't spend the night. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, oh, I gotta go. Now I would play it off like, oh, you gotta go, you're not gonna spend the night. And this was our song and dance every single time, and in her mind, she was playing me in her mind, because I don't spend the night over there. The story, she's, I'm out here hustling, out here grinding, blah, 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 doing my thing. I knew with every certainty I would be laughing inside like, she's not going to spend the night. I can get somebody else in after her or be by myself. So when you say having the upper hand for a guy, it is a very unique situation, Now, I'm sure there really are some guys out there that truly, I think, now want to be with the woman. And again, you guys have the upper hand, but by and large, it is an unfair situation. That's what I was telling you the other night, that the world we live in is just not fair towards women, even if you guys are initiating things, because the world don't look at it the same way.
Exactly. And I will say this, there was one guy though that I was intimate with, but I had no feelings for. And I don't know if he wanted to take it further, but he was very upset when I broke it off. So I don't know. But did not want a relationship with him. I had just, the thing about the story with me and my first husband, we were engaged 5 years and broke up. And we broke up kind of while I was in college. And we started dating when I was in high school. And so when we broke up, it was like I was free. I can finally date. And so this guy was like a rebound. And I got what I wanted. And that was it. What?
Because no, I just told my story like it was after my divorce. And you was like, well, after that, like.
Yeah, like I was free. But what's crazy is, Hannah.
But you know what, though? I mean, being real about it, that's how men are. You know, when we're trying to get past something, what you do? Mm-hmm. Straight up. You go to something that can make you forget about that pain, that hurt, or whatever's going on.
Yep.
So I get it. I respect it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you. But I hate that I went back and married him. So that was my mistake. But Kenny, I want to hear your thoughts on if you've ever been used for sex or ghosted after a one-night stand.
Wow, that's a tough one. I'll be honest with you, I've really only had one night stand in my life. And I think at that point, it really wasn't that big of a deal to me when it happened. So now I've had a situation where I was really kind of digging one, and we had been intimate maybe twice, and she just seemed not to really interested. So she didn't really ghost me, but her communication just was just up and down. So I, this tough one for me. Like I said, I've only, the one night stand that I had, it wasn't really that big deal. I was like, I won't give a shit if I didn't hear from her again anyway. and she may probably felt the same about me too. So I don't know. So, but you do feel some type of way though when you kind of feeling somebody and you don't really hear from them. Like I said, the ghosted part, there was a person that I really felt some type of was like, wow, her inconsistency. I'm like, yo, I thought she was kind of feeling me and I was feeling her, but she's inconsistent with her communication. So yeah, I have definitely been ghosted, but as far as a one night stand, it wasn't that big of a deal for me.
See, DJ, and the reason why I asked this, I was on a show with DJ who just commented. He said, we don't care, ghost or no ghost. He feels like he will always have the upper hand. And I know there are some men that don't.
It's not always that way. It's not, it's going to be that one woman. It's going to be that one woman that you're going to be like, yo, okay. I think she got me. And then she ain't reciprocating. Yeah, you're going to feel some type of way.
Yes,
I agree with DJ only because that person who I cut off, he was literally trying to figure out every reason why I did it, and I didn't do it nasty. I explained the reason. I wasn't in the mindset for this, being mature about it, and he was acting like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang. Like this just not gonna work. So and the thing was, before that, people used to say like he didn't want no commitment. He was a player, this and that, because we knew each other, but it didn't work out like that. So I think some men have feelings, but it takes a special woman, and they don't want to admit it. Or some men, that one woman that they want will hurt them to the fact that they'll be like, well, I don't care. The next woman or whoever ghosts me, I'm just gonna be running through them. So I think it all depends, but it's always that one woman that can make you change your ways and not be the person who you thought you was going to be.
I agree with you, Hannah. I told a story time he gave me his Tiffany's bracelet and I ghosted him. A guy that I met.
Remember that story?
He was a rebound after I got divorced, and he was okay looking. I was not that attracted to him, but it had been a long time since I had been with somebody. We had some fun, and after that, I was done. But he was like, "Hey, I want to meet up with you. I got a present for you." He gives me a bracelet, and so
creepy.
Yes, and I after the bracelet thing, I took the bracelet, but I never called him back. Like I was,
See,
I
that's that BS I be talking about right there.
Well,
That's that BS
You
right
offered
there.
it to me.
No, but you already got the yeeks, man.
But I never made a commitment to this guy, so it's like,
come on now.
My thing is, I want to ask the guys something though. Like, even when you guys were single, you know, am I the only person that had one night? Because you say, Kenny, you only had a one night stand. I don't know, Bert. Did you ever say you had any? Like, I
never had a one night stand. Believe it or not, bro. I've never had a one night stand.
Something must be wrong with me.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Listen, I will put that on everything I love.
No, you ain't got no reason to lie. You ain't got no reason to lie. But I swear to God, I'm being as honest as I can be. I can't process that,
right?
Because I guess I'm thinking about it from a perspective that when you young and you out there and you go out of town and you on a trip and you meet somebody and it's.
But see, check it out. I was married at a young age.
Yeah, me too.
I got married at 21. I got married at 21.
All that you probably went through, I might have went through that if I wasn't married, but I was married through those times.
Yeah.
So it kind of ate some of that out. So
okay. See, I got married at 21 and I got divorced at 30. So then I lived out my 30s like I was in my 20s.
In your 20s.
You know,
right.
So maybe so maybe that's it. But I damn sure had a lot of one night stands.
Right.
So DJ was a male hoe. No, I'm joking. DJ.
Me and DJ is on the same page.
Yeah, he definitely.
Me and DJ is on the same page.
I like what D said. She said, "Always keep the jewelry." Yes,
always keep the jewelry.
I always keep it. My cousin Keisha. This is me and Kenny's cousin. She said, "You can't take the bracelet, Keisha." Oh, I took it.
Can I ask y'all, ladies? Can I ask y'all a question?
Yes.
All right. Now, even though if you take the bracelet, it's not gonna be like a constant reminder of the dude.
He don't count.
No.
Like you ain't gonna look at it like, I got this from Smash.
You don't count.
You hear what you just said? What did I tell you on the show?
What?
What'd you say?
Hannah says he doesn't count. On my show on Wednesday, I made the contention. I said I've never asked a woman how many sexual partners she's had because I don't expect to prove. And that's because when a woman tell you how many people she slept with, she's only counting the people she likes. She's not counting the people that was miscellaneous. If the dick was small, if the sex was bad, if it was a drunken night, she said he doesn't count.
Our body count is different. We count every
nasty single act. We count everything.
This is my thing. We're grown folks, so why are we even doing body counts and all that?
I totally agree with that.
I'm sorry.
I agree. I don't ask either, but I don't know why we still doing that. That's high school shit.
I feel like if I have to, I feel like that's very immature if you're asking how many partners you had, what you did sexually before. It doesn't matter. Even if you was running trains and doing everything under the sun, when you're with your significant other, it should not matter what they did and who they did.
No, I'm saying I don't count.
But no, it's people out here that
I don't ask rather. I'm sorry.
No,
but the psychology of men.
Wait a minute. You said that sometimes that might not be good to ask. But what you said, and whoever they've been with. So would it be a problem if somebody was with somebody of the same sex?
Oh, well, almost cussed.
Woo!
Almost cussed.
I've never been with a woman. I've never been with a woman.
No. But she's saying if you don't ask, what if the guy you've been with, he been with men?
Right.
Exactly.
But you never asked. But since you never asked, and this is Atlanta, and that's a question you have to ask.
Now that I will. Well, I told you all my family's from Georgia, so I will ask that. Bert got mad, but I asked him that. He cussed me out, but I still asked. Because listen, I'm dead serious. You never know nowadays, so I believe that question you should ask. Because you never know. Or it's women out here who are full-fledged lesbians and you're just the one man they've been with and you might think y'all forever and you might just be an experiment. So I don't think you should ask what you, like if you doing threesomes and all that, but I think you should ask, are you with the opposite sex? Because we both can't like dick. Excuse my language, Candace, I'm sorry.
But
I assume the person has done all those things, and so I'm okay with that. That's why I say I don't ask. But the mentality of men is that we count even a hand job.
A hand job.
Oh, we count.
It's
I
not
don't count.
Yes, it
I can
does.
go in my brain, Hunter. I can go back to being 12 years old and my sister having friends over and sneaking in a room and getting the smell, and I can recall the smell on my finger. We count everything,
Mm.
No.
everything
Lee,
till the day we die.
let me
What? I
clarify.
Never
don't
lie.
want to talk about that at 12.
But I want to talk about what my cousin Keisha said. She said sometimes the guy knowing gets turned on about your past. Now that's interesting. So
What?
is a guy turned on by the body count?
Hell
No.
no.
With
No.
I don't know
I-
about nobody
well,
just
hold on,
No.
hold on.
that?
I'm not.
know.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
I gotta say, it depends on what I'm looking for. If I'm not looking for something serious,
Okay.
and I know you've done some threesomes and some videos, yeah, I'm rubbing my hands together. That is a turn on.
But
You
that's
know?
somebody. Is that someone you're going to be in a relationship with, or just someone for sex? That's the difference. Because if it's just sex, then of course I know you're not going to care. But as a relationship, that's not someone you're going to bring home to meet your mom. That got a
Let me
video.
answer this. Let me answer this 100% honestly. I've been married before. If I ever marry again, I don't know how y'all gonna take this. I have to have somebody who's been through a shitload of sexual stuff. I don't want to marry somebody that is so green that I have to worry about when is that it's going to come up that she might want to do a threesome. So I'm okay with somebody with the past that she's done her threesomes, been videotaped, done all of the freaky, crazy shit. To me, number one, she's got it out of her system. And then two, I need experience in the bedroom. That fumbling around and you don't know what to do and you don't know your body and shit like that. I can't deal with that.
Right. You ain't got no time to
Or
teach,
can
right?
I say one
Yeah,
thing?
I can't teach.
Okay.
Can I say something? What if she wasn't that experimented before you and she wants to experiment with you? Because I said that before.
I'm not.
Before my past, I told y'all that before. I didn't think you're supposed to have oral sex because I was brought up as if you're not supposed to do that. You're not a woman. You're not a Christian woman.
Right,
If you perform oral sex. So keep your face together.
Bree just brought up a good point.
Now
Bree,
I don't mind it because I'm,
Yeah, and I want to say what Bree said. Body count doesn't prove how freaky you are. Exactly.
I agree with that. Yeah, that don't mean shit.
Whereas, like, I'll take myself. I was married to one person, and I learned a lot sexually and learned my body with my first husband. And so by being with that one person, I'm probably more sexual than the girl that's been with 50 people. So the body count, it don't matter. It really depends on just.
I can't agree with that. I don't agree.
I agree.
My ex-husband took my virginity.
I'm gonna say this to you, Bree.
So
if I get with a woman and your body count is high and you still don't know what the hell you're doing, we got a problem.
But you're agreeing with what she's saying. You're agreeing with what she's saying. She's saying that your body count doesn't mean that you freaky because you've been with a lot of people. You may have been doing some shit with people, and you may have been doing it wrong.
I guess what we define it as freaky. To me, body count is freaky that you've been with enough people.
Well, okay, I don't.
I'm equating a high body count with, if you have a high body count, you out there, you've done some. You should.
Yeah, but you may not be doing it. You may not be doing it right though. You may be in there doing some old crap.
That's my problem with coming in then. Because I can't reconcile the two
sometimes
together.
you'll know right away whether or not she really can get down, she can go a little bit further or not. From the first time you hit that, you kind of know. There's certain things as a man that we can do. Like, damn, she is a freak. I ain't gonna take it there yet, but I know she'll go there. We can test the waters a little bit, so you know.
I know what you're saying, Kenny, but I'm just saying my expectation is if you have a high body count, there should be a level of experience that you should not have to be told how to suck a dick at that point, and pushing and holding back and oh no, come on now, no.
J-Rock.
So from
This
so
is the
so
key.
for me,
He
that
can't.
so I didn't even know that they make women that didn't suck dick. So I'm not, you know.
So a woman that can suck dick.
For
I
me,
saw
for
Candace
me,
was
it
going in
starts with
tonight.
head.
Listen,
Nothing is
everybody
jumping
gonna
off.
pick one.
Nothing is jumping off without head. Nothing.
You gotta top me
And
off.
so,
Nothing.
and so, like,
Nothing.
I think about my cousin Keisha. She's been with her husband Dion. I remember the wedding since she was 17. He was 21. They've been married 21 years and no high body count needed. Exactly. Some women, I'll just say this: when you learn your
Listen.
body, it don't matter the body count. When you learn how to be sexual in yourself, that's
I
what
don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. I'm saying for me, at this stage of my life, if I was looking for a wife, I wouldn't want somebody I'm saying for me now, that is not experienced. That's for me. I
Yeah.
married a virgin. I've been down that road. That was great when I was 21. At 53, I don't want somebody who now still has to be taught and learn things. So
Yeah.
that's just
And
me.
that's the difference though. But not everybody that has
Yeah.
a low body count is inexperienced. That's
Right.
what I would hope you know.
I agree with you. I know I agree with you on that.
What
I agree
DJ
with you on that.
said, Candace, cousin, I agree totally with what he said. You can't hit everything. It's quality over quantity.
I did. Well, y'all know my story. I did quantity. I did numbers.
You okay?
We definitely
okay.
gotta equal out.
We
that.
know what you
can't be
did, Black.
whacking.
Right. That's what. Look, but I admit
we
that.
gotta be able to level up and match up there a little bit.
I'm trying to get better, DJ. For people out there, I'm trying to get better. But my thing was always numbers. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just going through these comments. Hey Jay, welcome to the show. I just laughed at his comment. He said he wanted a woman that gave oral to the point where he has to beat her off with a stick. Yes. So I want to get to. Oh, and Bree is so funny. I want to get to the next topic. So I'm going to do a little disclaimer before I put this topic up. Let me take down the comments and take down that banner as well. So the next topic we are going to talk about, this is a tough topic. Is there really a difference between Black women and white women when it comes to dating? Why do Black men feel the need to throw that in a Black woman's face? So before we start on this, I want to say this. I do feel like it's a difference culturally, but we're all still women. And so I don't take offense to a Black man dating a white woman. What I do take offense to is a Black man throwing it in my face as if I am beneath this woman that he's dating, simply because of her culture or her color. So I just want to make that clear. I don't want to bash any race, but I feel like in the end, we are still all women. Not know all lives matter though, but we are still all women. We function the same. We are just culturally different. So I'm going to start with Kenny this time. What are your thoughts on this?
You had to start with me. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me say this. I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think all women are beautiful, no matter what the color. All women. My particular preference is I'm gonna always put Black women first. That's just me because I was birthed from a Black woman, so that's just me. I'm not gonna diss another man that likes to date outside of his race. You do what you do. We all attracted to what we're attracted to. Now, I have a problem with that. The last part, what you said. Why do Black men feel the need to throw that in the Black women's face? I think that's on that Black man that's probably felt like that he's been dissed by Black women, and he was labeled as the corny guy, or he couldn't talk to a Black woman, didn't find him attractive. But then he found other women that gave him attention. So now he's gonna throw that in Black women's face. So I don't even count him because he has some personal internal issues that he has to deal with dealing with Black women. So is there a difference? Probably, yeah. I probably would say that, but I can't honestly answer that because I've really only dated Black women.
Okay.
Now, women being attracted to me, yeah, I can say that. but I've only really dated black women. So my thing with this particular issue, I can't really speak on it really because I've never dated white women. Now I find white women attractive, but I've never dated a white woman.
Okay, thank you, Kenny. I do like Daracel's comments. She made a couple of comments, but this one especially, some black men look at it as a come up to date a white woman. So I can agree with that. Freddie, I'm gonna go to you next, and then I'm gonna go to Bert last. So
Okay. So full disclosure, I have dated, interracially. When I was younger, older as well. Long story short, I grew up in New York City. I went to Brooklyn Tech High School. So while all my best friends went to schools in Harlem, I went to Brooklyn Tech. It was a special high school. 7,000 students, only 500 of them were black. So the pool of candidates was obviously smaller. So I dated Asian, white, early on when I was younger. So for me, I was exposed to that at a very early age, and there are definitely some differences in dating different races, and in this case, even white women. As I got older, got married at 21, then of course I got divorced at 30. I love women. I actually do not have a type whatsoever. I'm only angry that now in 2021, the white women that's out here now didn't look the way they looked back then. And my 20 years going back, they had more flatter asses. They always had breasts, and they always, was into oral sex more than black girls. But now the white girl body is as banging as the black girl body. You can't always tell the difference. They eat more chicken and shit than we do. So, I'm only angry about that part. Having said that, I agree with what Daracel says. You mentioned it already, Candace. Culturally, there's a lot of differences. We know that. But in terms of attitude, I think white women are groomed to be more submissive. I think by nature of being a black woman, you have to be strong. You have to challenge everything because you guys have to fight for everything that comes your way. The statistics that stands out and on this topic for me was the one I covered on Wednesday that blew my mind doing the research. From the moment a black woman is sick, from the point she's 16 years old, her pool of candidates of black men starts to shrink from the time she's 16. For white women, it's 32. 32. So her options are out there. So for black women, they have a legitimate reason to be a little bit angry, to be a little bit, on edge and stuff like that. So there's definitely differences, but the statistics that I looked up also showed that, believe it or not, black men are more with black women as more of the norm. We just see more of the interracial relationships. Now, as far as the black guys that throw it in the black women's face, those are assholes. Those are guys that, for whatever reasons, they want to. Kenny said it best. Maybe they're hurt because they felt slighted, challenged, whatever. But my thing is that whole it's a step up kind of thing. Those who do that, to me, that's their level of maturity. So my own personal experience, even where I'm at now, I've come full circle. As I look at my pool of candidates, I truly can say this. I'm open to whoever fits my standard, whoever that might be, Now, if you asking me who I find most attractive, I still find black women as the most attractive women on the face of this fucking earth. Having said that, if I ran into an Indian, an Asian, and whoever, and we hit it off, because I always tell people this, as you age and your opportunities decrease, your standards change.
Yeah.
So where I am at this place in my life now, younger, it would have been about other things. Now it's about compatibility. Somebody that matches me on other levels, and whoever that might be, I'm okay with that.
Okay, thank you, Lee. So, Bert, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, that was a tough one to follow. Bat and clean up. I've dated interracially. The same deal, younger, older. There's not too much that's different, to tell you the truth, except for, and I do agree, Candace, like cultural. maybe with some white women, it's more of like of a privilege. Even if they get a little snooty with somebody or for cop, it's what do they do to her? Whereas with a black woman, it's the angry black woman. Because I've seen both sides. I've seen where white women turned up over the smallest things that a black woman would never turn up on. You know, so I've seen both sides of the spectrum. So if there's any difference, it's at that level. And that's just and that's about it.
All right.
Now, as far as what you were talking about with the men that would throw a white woman up in front of a black woman's face like that, I just think that it's just a weakness, and I agree with the gentleman panel that it's just you hurt, you know, because I've never done that to anybody. I would never say, oh, that's why so and so and this is why, and you're not.
That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Why would you do that? That has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
And actually, I'll say this, and Jay said the same thing. That's a weak man. When it's been thrown in my face, that was from like young boys, like teenagers, men, not men. So I'll say this with men. A man knows what he wants, and there's nothing wrong with wanting a white woman or a black woman. Like we like what we like. Some people like different things. I'm gonna let you comment, Hannah, and then I'm gonna finish my thought.
Okay, so my comment is I see a lot of this that you have to be submissive. You have to be submissive. Like, what does that mean? Because people get, like, I have friends that get mad at me because I believe that the woman should make the man's plate. I believe the man that eats first. And it's not, I'm not gonna say I'm submissive because I am a strong woman. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not. I'm very strong. I'm used to looking out for myself. But I also believe that the man is the head of the household and I respect his decisions over that. So I feel like a lot of men think because if you're black, you're strong, you're independent, that you must bow down and kiss their feet. I don't know what men always say they want a submissive woman, but do you really know what that means? Or are you just saying that because that's just the thing to say out your mouth? And a lot of men say that white women are more submissive and that's why we go to them. But my thing is, when I have nothing against out interracial, I feel like you love whoever makes you happy. And my thing is, just don't throw it in. And that goes if you're a black woman dating outside your race, or if you're a black man dating outside your race. I feel like don't throw it in the other person's face. If you want to date that person, make them happy. If it makes you happy, that's the end goal. I mean, once yourself is happy, if you find somebody else that complete that happiness too, then go for it. But I don't think that people really realize. I don't know why some of these newer men, it's not the older, more mature men. It's these young fools out here who thinks that if a woman is not bowing down and running behind you and throwing your robe on you, that doesn't always happen. But they see that on TV. They see that on social media, on the TikTok and the Instagram and everything, and they think that's real life. I'm sorry, you want to say something?
Yes, please.
No, I was just, whenever you finish, sweetheart. I did a show a couple of months back called Submission, That Dirty Word. You know, and it was based on an interview that Fantasia had doing an interview where she talked about being submissive. So Daracel is making the point, you know, that submission is not a dirty word, you know, to be honest with you, but it's turned into one. Submission is a beautiful thing, to be honest with you, but it doesn't mean lording over somebody. So it's not getting somebody to kiss your feet, they're your slave. It's an order, because if you truly in a relationship, you know, there's somebody over that man as well. The truest relationships that are working, there is a threefold cord. There's the woman, and there's the man, and there's God. Because now, if you're following those tenets, and then you're leading that person, if you're worthy of leading that woman, a woman will follow a man if he's leading correctly. If he's making decisions that are for the betterment of that couple, and if you can demonstrate that, I think women will be okay with that. But a lot of women, like you said, Hannah, this new age generation, they take it as a dirty word when they hear the word being submissive, to the point where they want to take that even out of the wedding ceremony. They don't want to hear that in the wedding ceremony, to love, honor, and obey. Being obedient is not a dirty thing, because I'm gonna say this last point and let you get in there. Even when I was married, I am the head of my house, but that was my wife's house, not my house. She makes the decisions. You hear the expression "happy wife, happy life." I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Bert. My thing is, even if my mama came to visit, well, Freddie, what can I say? Ask Michelle. This is her house. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, I'm going to be obedient and follow her direction. A good leader knows when to lead and knows when to fall back. And it's okay. It's okay to be submissive.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna continue my thought, but I'm gonna let Kenny say whatever he has to say.
Kenny.
It's going to be real quick, and I want to kind of add on to the first part of this question. Is there really a difference between black women and white women when it comes to dating? And as a black man, I would say this: yes, it is. And the difference is because the thing about it is, I know who I am, and I'm pro-black. And I'm black all day, blackity black to black all day. So when it comes to supporting black causes, and it's come to Colin Kaepernick or whatever it is, if you can't deal with me being pro-black, and if we can't be on the same page, then we're gonna have problems. So I will say that there can be that. If it's a white woman want to date a black man that's really pro-black, there can be it's a fine line there. So you have to be able to walk that fine line. Okay, Shahana, go ahead.
I'm so glad you said that, because I want to piggyback off of that just for a second, because and that's the thing. Because if you're a strong black man, it'll be hard to really be at your, for lack of a better term, at your zenith. Sometimes if you with somebody of a different race, because they might not be able to understand fully what you're going through, what you're experiencing, what you're actually seeing. So that was a good point. That was a good point that you brought up. I like that.
I know, Candace, I know you're gonna get in here, baby, but I would be remiss if I didn't say this. The part that pains me about that, you brothers are so spot on in ways that you cannot believe. Here's what saddens and breaks my heart, though, that in a lot of cases, it is another race that will be supportive of you as a black man hitting your zenith. And sometimes our own people, if you took a poll right now, how many of our generation out there right now really know who Martin Luther King Jr. is? Really know what Malcolm X did? Really know about the civil rights struggle? Because we're so lost of self in our own culture that this newer generation, even if they're our own sisters, sometimes they're not always as supportive. And to your point, Bert, and you hit your zenith, and then where the white woman a lot of times is made to come up is because I'm gonna say it again, they're bred to be supportive. They're bred to be supportive.
Okay, let me just finish my point.
Yeah, after Hannah makes her point, I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench into the situation.
So I'm gonna say this right there. I wanted to say my point before this, but I'm just gonna piggyback off of Lee. Other races may be supportive. They might say, I'm gonna rally with you and walk with you. But what do they contribute to that? You can support me all you want, but what are you contributing to that? It can be, we can have white allies and say, I'm gonna walk with you, I'm gonna be with you. This is wrong. But what are you doing? Are you going to join the fight with us? Or, so let me do this simple. It's some people that feel as though I'm not going to put my child in this school because it's urban. And they're angry about it. They're upset. They're writing letters. But they're not going to put their child in that school. So you can be on my side, but you're just a part of the problem as well, because you're not going to do anything to really be on my side. You can be on our side by voice, by typing, by out there, but being on your side is being on your side and contributing to what you believe in. And I'm not knocking any other race at all, so I don't want anybody to take what I'm saying out of turn, because I support all love. I don't care who it is. I've never been that type that feels, oh, you should date within your race, or why is he dating a white woman? Like, I can care less. Just don't make it seem like you're inferior to us. Because when it's some black men out here who will date white women, talk bad about black women, and then if that doesn't happen to work out, they run to a black woman to build them back up. Like, no. Go back. So I agree to that. And also, I wanted to go back to my original point of the submission. Lee, you made a good point. Our generation knows that there's nothing wrong with submission and knows that that's not nothing wrong. But the new generation feel as though submission is just basically kissing their ass. And that's not what submission is. Like,
it's because
I don't understand where it got twisted. We went to his family's wedding. Was it last year, the year before last? They took submission out of the vows. Like, it's not even in the vows.
This new generation doesn't go to church, but that's a whole nother topic.
They do. They skirts is up to their chest. I mean, we used to wear stockings.
Hallelujah.
Cover. Govern yourself as a woman. And now this new generation is just showing every bit of ass, titties, and damn near vagina out here. Men are literally sending dick pics as if it's selfies nowadays. It's no on both sides. So I feel as though
Very true.
I think that I don't think that black women don't submit. I just think that it depends on what woman you choose. And some people say, like some women who were raised in the church, they know what submission is, but you can still be yourself. But I don't think people realize which submission is before to what it is now, because they have these videos that my sons showed me that I told him that's not real life, sir. That the guy came home, the woman she was a white woman. She was crushing his ice when he walked in the door, making it circular, putting it in his mouth, taking his shower, making sure it was 2 degrees, making sure that she put his slippers on his door. Before he walked out the car, she had red carpet and stuff. That's not real life. I mean, if he's having a bad day, yes, I'm going to make sure he's fine. I'm taken care of. Everything is going to be because you deserve that. You are the man of the house. You deserve that. I believe in that. But also, I don't think that I have to circle your ice cubes and crush it up for you to be submissive. Like, if it's ice in the freezer, I'm going to make sure your drink is cold, but I don't have to be submissive because you want it rolled and I'm not licking the ice cubes off or crushing it in circular motions. So, Lee, you made a good point. Submission back then and what submission means now are 2 different things. And I wish we had that old school mentality. Like, can we just bring that old school? That's why I can't date younger men. Like, I can't do it. Like, I can't do it because I don't have that mentality to put up with nobody's son.
DJ say this.
So I want to go back to Siobhan's comment. It actually, and Hannah, I wanted to invite you on this, but me and Siobhan and some other girls we rented a cabin for the first week of March. And
you told me about that.
Yes. So it's the first week of March. We already done paid our money. But if Hannah wants to come, Siobhan, I'm bringing Hannah.
You know that's my birthday month.
Oh, yes. So I'm going to bring Hannah. It's her birthday for free. She can stay in my room. But no, I wanted to go to Siobhan's comment because this is something me and my husband have talked about. So she said there are men, basically men are bred to be providers. The white men are bred to be providers, which gives them the space and freedom to rest in their femininity and be submissive. Speaking of white women. So I do feel like we are raised differently because as black men and black women, we're raised to work hard. We both have to work. We both have to provide for the household. We both have to take care of our families. So, and I'm not going to say black men are not taught this because they're taught this as well. And there are a lot of black men that are taking care of their families. But it's like, when are we taught to actually function together as a couple? And that can go back to, I hate to say this, but that can go back to slavery. Our families were split apart. We were married to breed together, but we were never put together to actually function as a married couple. And so that's what it boils down to. Now, the monkey wrench that I wanted to throw into this is the colorism in the black community. Because we can say all day black men like white women and all this other stuff and well, whatever, but let's take it to our community. There's colorism within our community. I'll say this, Hannah may be viewed as a more aggressive female based off of her color, whereas in my experience, I'm not high yellow, but I'm a lighter skinned Black woman. I've never been viewed as aggressive. People always view me as this innocent person, and me and Hannah are the exact same. We're the exact.
Are so bad. We are.
Like everything, and I think that's where it starts. So I don't blame white people and how they've raised their children. I do blame slavery, but as in our community, it starts with us, and so it's how we view us. And y'all cannot ignore the colorism that goes on in our own community, because me and Hannah are, to me, the same. But in some circles, we will be viewed differently just based off of our skin tone. So go
same
ahead.
for men too. Same for men too. Same for men too. My skin tone and birth is totally opposite. So I would probably be viewed as more aggressive and more angry as a Black man.
And I'm a pretty boy.
So it works. It works both ways.
Can I just say this? I'm happy that Candace brought up colorism, because I am a dark-skinned woman, and I've heard the comments left and right my whole entire life. Or if someone saw me like, "Oh, you're cute for a chocolate girl," like, what does that mean? Like, what do you realize what you're saying out your mouth? Or there are men who women feel as though if he's light-skinned, he's soft.
Mm-hmm.
If he's light-skinned,
El DeBarge soft.
Yes, he's not a provider. He's not a protector because he's light-skinned. Which Bert is mellow yellow, but I know he's gonna protect us at any cost. I know that if something go down, minus the weapons in here, he got it. Them hands going, these arms, come on, put them up. These arms going to knock somebody out. But I'm not going to lie. The younger me, we talk about dark-skinned women, how dark-skinned men. I thought, I can say it myself. I thought that I would always say, I'm not going to date no light-skinned men. They soft. I said it out my own mouth. And I 100%, I can admit what I said. I was wrong, but I said it. And also, with Candace piggybacked of how we are raised to be separate, my dad is Black, but he's also Dominican. My dad told me that you're never supposed to pay a bill. A man should provide and pay everything. I don't believe that's true, but my dad stated that that's how it's supposed to be in this world. So if I took my parents' mindset or their old mindset, I would probably be this, stuck up. I'm not paying you. This is you. But I don't believe the world operates like that. So I think that sometimes the older generation, even though it's good, it sometimes can paint a bad picture for us and make us the way we are at this point in time. Like, I believe you should split a bill. Like, we at a restaurant, I can't pay because he pays before me. I'll have to sneak and pay. But I feel like a man shouldn't pay all the time. Like, I don't believe in it. Like, I don't believe a man should foot every single bill, and not trying to be a man, because he is the man and that's who he is. I'm not trying to overstep my boundaries. But I feel like if you're the man, you taking care of the household, you doing everything, why can't I treat you? Why can't I make sure you eat without you spending 5 cents? You don't even have to leave the tip. But I think it all depends on what household you're raised in or what you're following, because some people don't have either parent. So we have to realize that too.
Yeah, and sorry.
No. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Oh, it is Lions then. We talking a lot.
I know. I was just going to add a caveat to that. So a lot of times Black men hate when we date white men. I've dated white men. I have no preference.
I don't. I don't have a problem with it. Well, you're right, though. I don't. I mean, you date who you date, but I get it. You're right.
Black men is so upset about a Black woman dating a white man. And like when people that I've dated after I dated the white guy, found out I dated a white guy, they were like, oh my God, how could you do that? And they were just so like hurt by that. And I just find it funny that they're so affected by that. And they look at it as the master sleeping with the bed wench.
Say it again. Please say it again.
It's the master.
That's exactly what they say.
And I hate that they take it back to slavery, when it's us, but when it's them, oh, it's not slavery. That's society. That's today.
Not true. I'm not going to agree with neither one of you. Okay, because we get. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, Bert. I'm
You sure?
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Men, we get lambasted for dating outside our race. Now, when I was in North Philly, and I brought a white girl down there, you should have saw the looks those sisters gave me, and some of the guys too. Like, yo, like, what's up with you? So it goes both ways, and I think that it gets reciprocated by black men back to black women, because it's like you put us when we tell y'all that, or when you see that, and I'm not talking about the ones that throw that up in your face. I'm talking about the ones who were just, you know what I mean? Hey, that's what I dealt with, whatever. We get looked at a certain way, so we reciprocated back like, wow, you talk all this nonsense and everything, and here you are, you knocking out with the man. You know what I mean? Hey, you jumped on me when I was with a white woman, but now you over here with a white man. So what's up?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about how the way somebody was treated first, and then all of a sudden, then we're just reflecting, giving it back.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, say it and be quick, because I want to make my point too.
I'll be very, very, very quick. I'm sorry, Lee, you did have your comment. I went on a couple dates with a white guy, and I'm nothing against my black men, but it was a different respect level dating a white guy over a black guy. And it was a different respect level and a different etiquette. And I will always be with my black brothers. I'm sorry. I gotta go black all the way.
When you say a different respect level, is that in a positive or negative way?
It was positive, very positive. But it's because who I was with, the black man I was with before the white man as well.
Let me say this though, Kenny knows our family is not 100% African. On both sides of our family, it's other races, and so me and Kenny come out of the same family, but you see we're different shades, and most African American people are like that. So it's like you cannot get mad at your ancestry. Like you just, I know I'm throwing some things out there, but and it's funny. My cousin Keisha said, and DJ said, but when we say that, y'all get mad. No, I don't. I honestly, I don't get mad at. I'm sorry, Lee. I'm gonna say this real quick. I don't get mad at a black man dating a white woman. What I don't like is when you tell me when you're dating me that this is why I date white women, because of your attitude. No, if you date white women, date them. We're still women. Don't tell me, don't belittle me and try to make me feel less than to white women. I'm still a woman. So I don't like that. But what were you gonna say, Lee?
Wow. Okay, so you guys have given me a lot to chew on. So,
Lee was like, "What?"
No. I love listening. I you know, the sexiest thing in the world to me is good conversation. I absolutely love it. It feeds my soul. Chevron, you said that black men date more outside their race more than any other race. Not true.
That's not true.
And Siobhan, I'm sorry, Siobhan.
That's not true.
And the show I literally did just Wednesday, I literally looked up and did the research, and I'll post that article if you guys are interested. And it's that we're shown as the ones dating outside of our race. Literally, a 2015 study just posted that, believe it or not, Siobhan, that for African Americans, the norm is we date African American women. Mm-hmm. And the higher we get up in education and in salary, those numbers increase even more, believe it or not. But what we're shown is to be that race because it's all a part of the great big lie. And that's where I wanted to go to, because Candace, you talked a little bit about when you dated a white guy and how you looked at it as you dating a massa. And Hannah, you said that even your thoughts was initially, I'm not going to date a light-skinned man because this and that. A lot of times, folks, we can't get out of our own way. What started in slavery, here some 450 years later, is still a part of our psyche, and it's still being used to separate us. So on the subject of colorism, before we can talk about what the white man did and what this person did, we can't get out of our own way. And I want to add this last point on colorism. my whole adult life, I've had nothing but female friends. You know, all female friends in my adult life been best friends. And it's a fascinating thing to be with women friends and to hear how you guys talk about each other. When you want to talk about colorism, it is worse when it's coming from another woman, believe it or not. As
Yeah.
men, a lot of times we don't give a shit what your color is. As DJ been saying on here, look, when them lights go out, y'all all the same color to me. So it don't really matter.
Right.
But
Real talk.
But women, you'll be surprised how some of my closest female friends that tell me this all the time. When a woman goes out and buys the Birkin purse, I don't know all of the designers, Dooney and Burke or whatever. When y'all get your hair done, your hair looks fantastic, Candace. You know, Hannah, I love the hat. You're making a great fashion statement. I'm saying that for a reason. Y'all not doing that for us. A woman told me this. Y'all don't give a shit about what we think, really. Y'all doing it for other women. When you post those pictures on social media, it's really for other women to say, girl, you look good, or I see you, and blah, blah, blah. Women pay attention to other women. And so you guys, a lot of times, are the one that says she thinks she cute because she light-skinned. Oh, her hair's this and that, blah, blah, blah. We got to get out of our own way. That colorism shit, it comes from inside. And it may stem from slavery, but we still carrying the baggage of that shit in 2021.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Can I say something?
Oh, Hannah, go ahead.
Real small. I have never gotten dressed to ever try to look good for another woman. I just think that's me. I've been like that since I was young. My mom said I used to try to match hats with heels and everything.
Can I prove you wrong real quick? I'm not saying you get dressed for women, but when you go out of your house every day in your clothes and you go to work wherever you go, you got a husband. His approval is the only one that really matters. But you're not going to track yourself to work and nothing that you going to have no other bitches talking about you. So stop it. So stop it.
Okay, let me say this. Can I say this, though?
Hurry up and make your points because I want to talk about some of these comments.
I'll just make it quick. I have had women who disrespect me for just being me, telling me I'm conceited, I'm stuck up, I'm think I'm better than them. But and Bert is my witness. If I wear a pair of flat heels, what I do? I will trip in flats. I have to wear heels. I have to be that woman. But I had women who are upset at me and thinking I'm better than them, but I can't walk in flats.
Y'all, is she proving my point or not? You literally proving my point. I'm not saying you're not comfortable in your own skin.
I want to go to these comments. So Bree, when I made the comment about black men saying they can't fuck with us, she said she's heard the same thing as a white woman. This is why they don't fuck with white women. So sometimes the problem is the man. But we'll move on.
Sometimes the problem is the man.
Yes, it's the men. Because I swear,
and Candace, it's the man.
Because I've had so many, I get along with a lot of people, and one of my good friends in Dallas was a white girl, and we were like this, and it's just like sometimes men they make it about color. They bring up our color.
No, baby.
No, baby.
I'm gonna go to the other comments. So DJ was saying the narrative has changed. People don't do that anymore. He's talking about color.
Thank you, DJ.
J-Rock said black women get upset when a black man is with a white woman. I worked at a car dealership or whatever, took an attractive white lady for a test drive, and two sisters drove up and looked at me like I killed Marvin Gaye.
Straight up. That's right.
I know, but you know what? J-Rock is on something, because I can totally be honest with you. I've always been a little apprehensive if I'm doing something and a white woman is talking to me and I see a sister looking. I always make sure I keep my distance, and I make sure that I'm not like really trying to holler at her, because I'm like, man, this sister over here looking at me like she's gonna kill my ass. No.
So DJ,
seriously, no, DJ tell that's real talk. J-Rock was telling real talk.
DJ said he thinks women put their insecurities on men and vice versa. He always talks about people putting their insecurities on people. Let's just say this, DJ. People are just insecure, period. I'm not putting my insecurities on nobody. So if I'm insecure about something, that I'm just insecure about it. Mm-hmm. He said facts to that. I think they were talking to you, Lee, whenever you were talking.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see. I want to go to some of the other ones. Yeah, Darcel said exactly what Lee said. And she said, you're going to have Kenny snap.
What? What the hell? I'm gonna snap
And
about?
Dee said, take men out of the equation and women will get along fine. Thank
Wow.
No, I need
Wow.
No, not at
No,
all.
that-
Wow.
Hannah, see, I feel like
Wow.
I'm a girl's girl. So
Wow.
I need men.
I grew up with nothing but women. And when men got into the picture, it always confused things. And I'll say this with any race, because I've been friends with any race of women. We are all the same because we function as women. We think alike. We might be culturally different, but we are still women. And I cannot
I
say
get that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Go ahead.
But
I love that.
I get that.
Get along better with men
And I was getting ready to say
versus
that.
women.
Oh,
I'm talking about me personally. Like
Yeah.
I can rock and vibe, and I hate when men say act like one of the men because I'm not one of the men.
That's a good thing, but that's a good thing.
I'm like, yo,
Thing.
You're like one of my
Thing.
like one of the homies.
That's a good thing.
relate to a man.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. That's a great thing because if a man can come home and have a woman that can be like his homie, but also could be their lover, the
Homie, lover, friend.
Thank you, bro. You know
well,
what I'm
I
saying,
I
hate
can
that
be
No,
a
I'm saying,
friend,
bro.
but I'm still a woman. I still have my feminine things.
No, we get that. We get that. We don't want you to not be feminine.
Yeah, I ain't telling you to be like yo, like that,
Right.
stuff like that. We
I
just
need
saying.
my girls to talk to. I'm in
Oh,
Hannah because me and Hannah talk after shows, and I'm
We do.
needing.
I love it. I love it.
I need her.
Yo, I be
But
blowing
you
it
gotta
down.
be
They was talking so
honest.
long, I just blow it down.
Can I be honest, Candace? Candace, you and I can relate. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that because I have some women, and one of them who are my closest friends who was trying to compete with me, but I understand that. But I don't understand why Candace, I can relate because we respect each other and we uplift other women. We don't put women down. We uplift you, we encourage you, and we're comfortable in our own skin.
Good deal.
And I think some women do that because they're not comfortable in their own skin. And when you get comfortable and happy for the woman or the man that you are, you can appreciate other people outside of yourself.
And it's not lesbian because people like I'll be like, Hannah, I love your body and all that, but people will take that as being lesbian.
Ain't nothing wrong with lesbians though either now.
Ain't nothing wrong with them.
Ain't nothing wrong with lesbians now.
Hell, I'm a lesbian my damn self.
I'm a lesbian.
Shit,
Anyway,
hell.
now besides
Hell.
lesbian, I don't do
Hell, where they at? I need 2 of them right now.
I'm not putting you down. Love who you love. I personally, a penis is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and we need it. So, but I feel like once we all, men, women, get comfortable with ourselves and agree with that self-love, we can respect each other and be better. But like I said, I love Kim. I can get along with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's some women who I would love to get along with, and me and Bert used to work for the same company. It's women who, in my lying, couldn't stand me, and I didn't even know their name.
No, I can agree.
Didn't I say that? We're not talking about that.
I'm gonna agree with Hannah. There are some women that are not secure in themselves, and so they do take it out on us. I'm not agreeing with DJ either because he said people take their insecurities out on people. But I have had women not like me just because I'm young, I'm attractive, and I have a good personality. And so I'm a girl's girl. I love.
Hold on, when you say people, are those more people men or women?
They're women, but I love Bree. I love Hannah. I love Siobhan because she has a channel too. Y'all need to support her as well. I'm a girl's girl. I just like girls as friends, but not lesbian. But
Candace, read Siobhan's
Siobhan said your study came out in 2015 and 2017. The Pew Research Center shows Black men are twice as likely to marry outside their race than Black women, 24% versus 12%. So there are there are the numbers.
But that's
Hold on.
that's still a low number. That's still a low number.
But that's
That's
a different.
That's still a low number. So the
That
majority of black men are still marrying black women.
Hold on,
Even
so I got to question that. Just because black men are twice as likely than black women, that doesn't mean that we marry outside of race more than any other race.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Those are two separate statistics.
Yeah,
And
where you get it?
Devon,
Where you get
keep looking at that report. 2015 or 2017, black men marry black women is the norm.
Exactly.
I stand by that.
Most black men are married to
I
black
stand by that. But if
Exactly.
but if you're saying that we more twice likely married than black women, I agree with you because the statistics is again, sweetheart, from the moment a black woman is 16 years old, her pool of candidates start to shrink, where a white woman doesn't start until it's 32. So that would make sense.
Can I say one thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people who feel as though, and this is Kevin Samuels people, who feel as though if a black man cannot date a black woman, which is not, or marry a black woman, and that's the case, I wouldn't be in the equation. Like Bert makes 6 figures. He's educated. If we believe that stereotype, you would think he would be with a white woman. If we
Kevin
it's not true.
I'll say
it's
this.
not true.
It's just not true.
Can I talk?
I don't know. But I'm just saying. But I'm tired of people perpetuating that misconception. It's just
let me say
true.
This. And I'm gonna mute y'all. I'm sorry. I'm about to mute. I'm gonna mute y'all. So, and I'm sorry for you, my baby. But Kevin Samuels does not necessarily say black and white and black women and white. I can't even talk. Black men and black women cannot be together. For black women, he feels like they need to be more realistic in what they're looking for. So a lot of the women that call into his show are like baby mamas. They are in their 40s and have had kids, and they're looking for men that are high value men that have never had kids to marry. And so I'm gonna mute y'all. I agree with him when he says like you need to look for what's on your level. If I'll say this, if I got a divorce and I'm 37 right now, I have 3 kids. I am not looking for that man that has no kids, because one, I'm not trying to give him no more kids. So I'm gonna look for a man on my level that's either been married before or that has had kids. I don't know if y'all agree with that, but Kevin Samuels,
I agree with that.
He's saying that some women will die alone because they live in that fantasy of dating someone that has these 6 figures, no kids, and that is going to accept their body shape. Now, we all know a man that's making 6 figures, has no kids, is not looking for a 40-year-old woman with 4 kids.
No, that's great. I agree. I totally agree with that.
That's what he's saying. And I think some women have gotten upset with that because they want to say, no, I'm going to find them. No, be realistic. Like you've experienced life. So you have to know that it's going to be a slimmer chance for you to find somebody that don't have no kids and that has not lived life like that.
No, I agree. I totally agree with that. I just want to go back to that Pew Research stat that Lee was talking about. And I'm going to leave it alone. It said that black men, it was 24% to 12% that black men would marry outside, they were married outside of the race, 24%. But what about that 86% of black men that's marrying women? Let's talk about that. That's all we're talking about. Everybody focusing on that 24%. That's a small sample. And then you got to remember where you're getting these numbers from this research, wherever they're coming from. Most black men are marrying black women. Most black men are dating black women. At the end of the day,
about the high profile guys, you might see some of the guys in the NBA, NFL, maybe some entertainers, something like that, and they make that out to be, well, that's what all black men want. But when you're showing high profile people, then it kind of skews, what you think as far as what black men really want.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something too? When Candace made that point, we gotta be real with ourselves, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when you are of a certain caliber, you can't look for that 6-figure man with no kids and this and that. you got to be real with yourself. Like, we want men to know their worth. You got to know your worth too, but you got to act your wage at sometimes. And I feel like we can be happy and rejoice, but then you got to be honest. If a man has no kids, high profiled, single, he's not looking for the person with baggage, with baby dad drama, with any type of that bringing along with you. We got to be real. And I think some women don't want to be real with themselves. And at some point in time, we have to be real. Like, I had to be real. I was divorced. I had 2 kids, but I knew my worth. I knew I knew I can hold my own. And I wasn't looking for a man that had 6 figures I was just looking for a man who respected me, who was honest, great sex, and and who I can be myself with, because I value being myself more than anything, because I didn't have that before. No matter how much money I made, I made good money now, but I made more money at that time. And it's a lot that I couldn't even be myself. So sometimes it's be the small things that some women just want, but we have women out here to make it seem like if you don't have 6 figures or you got to be that city girl mentality. And it does make us bad for women out here who don't need that. And I'm saying I don't date broke. Now, I'm not going to say that now. You can't. I don't date broke now.
And
You ain't doing that.
DJ gonna say, God bless you with a 6-figure bird. But
So what is broke? What is broke? What is broke?
Mean?
What is
I
broke?
want to go to Keisha's question though. She said, I want to ask.
You can't pay your own bills.
Okay.
Yes. My cousin Keisha asked what she wants to ask her son why he's interested in a white girl. So
his environment, probably where he goes
his
to school.
environment. And I'm gonna say this because my son is the same. We live in Georgia, but we live in the suburbs, and a lot of the girls that like my son were white. So of course he's gonna be interested in what he sees. I don't take offense to that. If I had him growing up in a black community, then he would probably like a black girl. But I think you are a product of your community. I wouldn't make your son feel funny for liking a white girl. If that's what he likes, that's what he likes. He has to experience life on his own and make his own choices. Now, when he goes to college, let's say, Keisha, you decide to have him go to an HBCU. He's going to have a wide range of black women to learn from. So it just depends on that. But no, don't make him feel alienated or ostracized just because he likes white girls.
Can I say one thing about that though? So
yeah.
My son, his school, I'm not gonna lie, is predominantly white. He will find the black girl in there, but white girls are very attracted to him. And I keep asking him, like, don't put white women down because you want to find a woman. You can still. I don't want him dating anybody. Bird sound naive, but
very.
I'm not naive. That's my baby. I don't want him dating, but I feel like my son feels like he has to date a black woman, and you don't have to. But and white. I mean, since he was in kindergarten, this white girl. I told you he was sending him nudes and stuff to his phone. I feel like it just depends on your preference at that point.
Let me tell you this, Hannah. My son thinks it's funny when I say black girl, black boy, whatever. He's not used to people saying color. And as a young black man, I wanted to teach him about color because when he goes out and drives in a car, whatever, and it gets stopped by the police, they're going to see him as a black boy. So my mother did not agree with me teaching him that because right now he does not see color. He's like, he laughs. He thinks it's like old school for me to say black boy. He'll be like, why are you saying that? You said a black boy, black girl. So as of right now, with him liking white girls, whatever, he's not looking at it as race. He's just looking at it as a girl. But I know as he grows older, like me and his because Kennard is his stepfather, we're going to have to teach him about that as being a black man in our society. Now, as for what he dates, I don't care what he dates. If he wants to bring a white girl here, I'm going to make her feel at home because that's what he likes. I don't want to ostracize him, even if he was gay. I come from a Christian family. I'm going to always love my son regardless of what he wants. But I want him to experience life for himself because life is short. So
I agree with that as a parent. Be yourself. I 100% agree with that part.
DJ gonna say,
I
y'all,
do prefer black though.
and we date white women.
Hey, DJ, yes, yeah, brother, you can date white women if you want to. No, the only thing you cannot do is you cannot diss black women when you do so.
In order to
Say that no one on this panel says you cannot date outside your race.
Thank you, Kenny. If you want to date a white woman, date her. That's your preference, but don't you're dating her because you don't like meat.
Yeah.
Or not just white.
Done something.
Just don't do it to any woman, no matter what color woman.
You don't
Right.
have to
Race up in their face.
Right.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Asian women are viewed as being very submissive and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Just don't disrespect people. Date who
Asian
you
women ain't got no booty
Now, I
though.
will say
Asian women got flat booties. I don't know why any black man want to date an Asian woman with a she ain't got no booty. So, but I don't understand that.
You have
That's
to have
me.
a booty.
Kenny, you
I keep trying to tell you that.
You don't have to have a booty. I don't
Yes, you
agree
do.
with that.
Yes, you do.
We
For
talking
me.
about what man you talking about?
Can I say this though? You know what's funny to me? I miss my grandmother dearly. Ma'am is what I call her.
You know, we all miss her.
Yes,
Okay.
and she was the most submissive black woman that I've ever seen in my life. She grew up Church of God in Christ.
A generation.
I'm Kojic.
Yes,
Yeah.
my grandfather was a pastor, and she taught me about femininity, like with dressing and just taking care of things. And it's just so funny that black men don't view us as submissive when that's what I was brought up to see. Even though my mother was never married, I had my grandmother, and I still had my mother. My mother was just like my grandmother. She's just like her. I see my grandmother and my mother every day. So it's that. Even Kenny. There's so many stories that my grandmother had about your mom that is just beautiful to me. The last time I saw your mother, she told me I look like their mother. I don't know if it was what or what, but I think it's a beautiful thing. We as black women are very feminine. I don't know where this whole black women are masculine and
I don't know either. I don't know either.
Some of the women in my family are some of the most soft, like motherly women that I've ever seen, and they have their own sex appeal as well. Because I'm not gonna leave that out. They're some of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen in my life. So,
exactly.
Candace, thank you for that point, because I don't know where it came from that we are so masculine. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't want to be a man. I'm not taking out trash. I'm not pumping gas. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not that woman that I don't need no. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. I did say this before. I don't think I need a man, but I want a man in my life. I want a man, and not because to validate me. It's because I respect the man as who he is.
See, the black woman, and I was hearing what you were saying. Your strength is your beauty.
Yep.
And that's what's going on there. And that always gets perceived as you not wanting to be submissive or not wanting to do some of the things that people might view that a woman should be, where in reality, that strength, which is your beauty, you're already fulfilling that role already, more than what a lot of people really know. So I think that's part of the perception from folks as far as how do they look at black women. But when you really break it down to a very, its bare essence, it's really, that's your beauty. That's what attracts us to y'all, because you are strong, because that strength reminds us of our mother.
Right.
And how strong that she was. That's why I'm not saying you exactly want your mother, but you need that strength. Like some of the strong black women that are in our family, aunts, grandmoms, whoever they might be. At the end of the day, that's what we want. That's what attracts us. We need that strength.
Exactly.
Iron sharpens iron.
Exactly. And I like what Bree said. She said, I don't mean to be submissive. I guess I'll just do everything and anything for the person I love. That's family, friends, man, and everything. And
is she black? Is Bree black?
No, Bree's not black.
She's a white woman.
But Bree is beautiful.
Okay.
Across the board.
Bree kind of nice looking. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Bree is beautiful.
Bree. All right.
let me tell you,
watch yourself, Bree. All
let
right.
me tell you about Bree. I've had men reach out to me because they see her on my friends list and they're like, "Is that your friend?"
Bree is bad.
That's why I'm looking. I'm
Can I
all
say
up
one
in the
thing about
camera.
that
Okay.
though? I think my weakness is
Yeah.
people tell me this all the time. When it comes to my friends and my family and people in my life, I'm very hard, but when it comes to them, I will literally give them the shirt off my back. And I think that's my problem. You can do me wrong, but I won't do you wrong. And I think, and people say I'm hard and I'm tough, but when it comes to my friends and the family and the people I love in my life, if you call me, but like, Hannah, Bert might get mad. I need $300. My ass will cash app you, and that's my weakness. Like I will do for my people, and I think sometimes it's not about race. I think it depends on the person who you are. Because my mom is a strong Black woman, and she's a social worker. But you call her for $300, she gonna be like, no, you ain't. Don't call me. And my mom makes great. When I say great money, my mom makes wonderful money. And my mom, you can't get 5 cents from my mom. But I think it depends on just the person who you are and who you try to be. So I think it depends on just your character, not really race at that point in time. Because I believe that you should do for your friends and family. And I'm trying to get harder with that, but I can't be harder because that's just my character.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hannah. With my family and friends, I'm going to be submissive or do whatever I need to do. I'm very close to my Aunt Meredith, who's actually Kenny's first cousin. Kenny, people don't know, Kenny is my second cousin. Actually, my mother is his first cousin. But
wow.
I love my family. Growing up, his brother Damien. That's all that I knew.
Yeah.
and what people don't know is, well, Kenny, you probably know this. Andre and Antoine used to watch us when we lived in Texas.
I remember when Candace was born. Candace don't remember this. I remember when she was born. I'm telling my age now, but I remember when Candace was born.
Yeah. And in our community, that's what we need. Those Black men that are there for us to watch over us. And I'm not gonna lie, that I've always had that. So that's why I'm secure in me, because I've had men like Kenny in my family that watched over me. So we're gonna get to the next topic soon. I'm liking all these comments.
These comments are the chain. Bree had me cracking up.
It's crazy.
Bree, I'm gonna have her on ladies' night next week. So Hannah,
she need to come on camera because she be really commenting. She need to come on camera.
She doesn't have to work. She's a nurse. I want Darcel to join us as well, because she's a nurse as well.
Darcel is very beautiful as well.
Yes. Bree said Kenny's background is really the best birth control for me. So I'm going to go to our last question. We didn't even get to hot topics, but this one.
There's no hot topics.
I want y'all to ask this. I got to go use the restroom, so I'll be right back. But y'all start talking.
When exclusively dating someone, what is considered cheating? Oh, wow.
It's Lions then, so y'all talk, man.
When exclusively dating someone, what is considered cheating? Black, I'm gonna let you lead that one off, brother.
Well, it's when you get caught.
Right? When you're doing something that you ain't supposed to do and you get caught. If you're doing something that you gotta do, if you gotta delete it, you gotta do this, then that's what it is. I mean, I don't know.
That's the real answer. But if you want me to expound on it, I mean, if you're exclusively dating somebody, really, and it comes down to what you've negotiated with that person. The obvious parts is, if you fucking somebody, that's cheating. Kissing somebody might be considered cheating. But guess what? For some people, it might be looking, it might be flirting, it might be accepting phone calls. So depending on who you're with, I think it's what you negotiate as a couple as what the standard is. I'm a natural flirt. So I've been with women that accepted that part of me and that they know that, that's how I get down. Then I've had girlfriends that was like, nope, that's not going to work for me. you know, so you cannot say this. So I would have to go on lockdown status and things like that. You know, so my thing is though, people who know me know my views on cheating. You don't shit where you eat,
Right.
you know, and I roll alone because you ain't gonna tell on yourself. And so you ain't gonna never have an opportunity for it to get out if you don't shit where you eat and you roll alone.
Right.
So now my thing is if I'm away and I'm doing my thing, I'm gonna protect that other person. I expect her to do the same.
Right.
So everybody knows me, they know how I feel about that. I don't imagine that the woman I'm with doesn't cheat. I just don't live in that world for me. You know, I think that's a beautiful dream, but for me, if you're out there doing your thing, follow my 3 simple rules. Don't bring me nothing, and I won't bring you nothing. So if you got to get your bell wrong every now and then, make him jimmy up. Because if I'm sleeping with you raw dog, I don't want to be itching and scratching. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught.
You're right, and I get what you're saying, but you know, here's the thing about when you exclusively with one person and what's considered dating. It also depends on what you do. For me, what do you do professionally? And I would say this, and I'm gonna bring this point up. I have been in media for half my life. I worked in television news, television, sports. That's what I've done. So you have to be a people person. So sometimes you have to kind of turn on whatever charm you have to as part of your work. Now, is that considered cheating if it's part of your line of work and that's part of your personality? So, I mean, there's a fine line that you have to draw between what you consider cheating. I don't know.
But that's why I said.
Yeah. My thing is this: anything that you cannot do in front of the person that you exclusively dating, if you can't do it and be cool with it, then yeah, that's probably considered cheating.
Now, see, Kenny, I am turned on when a woman flirts. When I was married, that turns me on. I've taken my wife, taken my girlfriends out to clubs. My wife can dance with somebody else. You know, long as they don't get disrespectful.
Does she have to? Does she have to be
No.
flirty?
No.
Flirty, but I mean, it's a turn on that other men want what you got.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay,
I'm not requiring that she do that, but I'm saying I eliminated jealousy for me a long time ago. So that's the ugliest emotion in the world to me. So no, I'm not saying she has to do that. You know, and I would prefer if she's okay, but my thing is I don't who wants to be with somebody that nobody else finds attractive? So I've never been one of those kind of guys that now when I go out with my woman and we just talked about an outfit a second ago. So we get ready to go out to dinner. And I'll tell you a story one time. I had a girlfriend, beautiful. She wore baggy clothes. So whenever we get ready to go to the movies, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting on her. Now she comes out in a sweater and so I'm like, what the fuck is that? What, you know, she was real subconscious about her body. But my thing is I wanted the world to know that she was very attractive. Now, so of course, baby, you're gonna have to put on something different. Now, at the same time, I'm knowing now once we walk out that door, other guys are going to notice. That doesn't bother me. And when she gets up to go to the bathroom and I'm sitting in the movie and I don't follow her, I don't follow her to the bathroom. I'm not waiting outside. I'm not doing any of that. Sometimes I've looked back and I see dudes waiting on the opportunity. But either you trust the person or you don't. Now, for me, it was a turn on that, man, I know all these niggas in here is feeling my woman. I'm truly turned on at that point because when I get home, I'm giving that pussy something that's extra special at that point. I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
You know what? Straight up, I feel you on that because I remember a couple times when we went out and she was wearing like this dress.
Oh man!
Listen, if I was the other niggas, I'd be like, God damn!
You can't wait to get her home, so you can't wait to get her home at that moment.
Boy, that was it.
But fellas, we still haven't answered the question. We still
I did, Kenny. I did for me. I said for me the answer is don't get caught and you don't shit where you eat. For me, and so do you. But in a perfect world, it's what you negotiate. So for me, that's what I'm saying, that I don't mind. I don't consider her flirting a little cheating.
Okay.
If we drive, if she said, well, oh, damn, he fine, I might look over and say, yeah, you wouldn't mind giving him some of that pussy, would you? That doesn't bother me. I'm that kind of dude. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm okay with that. Now, cheating is, now don't slip and fall on his dick now, then we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Don't come home smelling different. We got a problem.
Man, you
You
almost
know?
made me spit up my drink.
I was looking at my water.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, I'll be damned.
All the
Well, there
men
you go.
answer.
Okay, well, here's another flip to that question.
Okay.
Is emotional cheating worse than physical cheating?
Hell yes.
Ooh, for women,
That's another
think-
flip to it.
I think for women, yes.
Yes, it is.
I think for women, yes.
Hell,
It is.
hell yes.
I agree with you, Lee. I agree with you on that one.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, we more worried about the physical part.
Physical
Physical
cheating.
with us.
Physical cheating.
You're right.
For
But
us-
that emotional stuff, that's y'all.
That's women.
For us, it's emotional. If you see your husband telling somebody that they enjoy their emotional and physical connection, that hurts.
Get the
Like,
fuck out.
Get the fuck out. God
Get the
damn.
fuck out.
Wow.
I'd rather you fuck her than tell me you love her. Get the
Wow. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Time out. Wait a minute. Whoa.
That's
Wait.
nonsense.
Can we rewind that?
Straight.
Hold on. Did you just say you would rather
I
your
don't know.
man
Can
fuck
I say one
somebody?
thing? Listen, I'm joking because I don't share.
Oh, okay.
I'm being honest.
No, but that's actually
Post
true.
Bell. No, I'm gonna say this. I was joking when I said. No, this is the thing. I was joking when I said that because if you touch this, post bell because somebody I'm going.
Oh shit.
But
I know you might have been joking, but that
no,
statement is
my
true.
thing is,
How many guys done got caught?
Well, can I say one thing, Lee? I know y'all.
Yo,
talk.
please, I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
I feel like men are physical. Y'all,
Hold on. What?
Well, y'all wait. We're gonna go back to you, Candace. I need to hear that story. But I feel like men are physical. So if y'all see a woman, y'all ain't looking like, well, I wonder what her mind like. I wonder what she think. I wonder.
Hell no.
Babe. I'll let y'all talk. Y'all not thinking of that. Y'all thinking of she look good, her ass is fat, her titties is nice, her lips look nice, her face is bad, and that's what y'all go on. So when y'all getting that emotional, like I don't even care about this, I'm just worried about this. That's what I have a problem with, because when you emotionally connect with someone over physical, I feel like that's more cheating than physical. I don't want my man to cheat because I'm letting you know right now, I don't share shit. Now I might give you my money, my shirt, but I don't share my man.
All right.
How do men feel about us cheating? What if we?
I'm okay.
No, Candace, you can't escape what you just said.
What you say, Candace?
Candace, you can't escape what you just said.
What you say, Candace?
Can I say one more thing?
Okay, go ahead, Hannah. My bad.
I don't think. Wait, Candace, can you put the original question back up? Because I got to remember what I wanted to say. I'm drinking water in because I was drinking. So I'm going to just say my point on this. To me, when you're exclusively dating, to me, so when I see, I'll tell them look at a girl ass, because I feel like some women be having some big butts and they be looking good. I'd be like, look, at first he thought it was a trap, it wasn't, but that's just me. Like, I don't care if a woman has a big butt, but I feel as though cheating to me is emotional, physical, or if you have to hide your phone. If you have to hide your phone, or if you have to hide anything from your significant other, to me it's cheating. Because if it's not cheating, then they should know. Like if he went on a business meeting and it was of the opposite sex, if I knew, that's not cheating. But if he feel as though you have to hide it or don't tell me or lie about it, at that point it might not have been cheating, but in my mind it's going to think it. Even I don't care if she was the baddest woman in the world. If it's business, I don't care. Just be upfront. But when you have to lie about it, in my mind, if you feel you have to lie to me and I'm really that, do I care? I'm really not. I really don't care. I care, but I'm not going to grill you, or I'm not your mom. I'm not checking your phone. I ain't nothing. Unless it's brought to my attention, I can give two craps because I know where you laying at night. I'm just that person. However, if you feel at that moment you have to lie to me as transparent as we are, then you're cheating. Because we're very transparent.
There's some deep conversation.
But that's not every woman's thought though.
Yeah, every woman
because
like
to tell you the truth, there's some women out there that men who are on point and they see a woman. It's not that they don't trust you, so they say, I don't trust her.
It's some deep
Very good point.
conversation.
Very good point.
What if you find out you might have trusted your man for all these years, and then you find out he's talking to someone. He tells them he enjoys their physical and mental connection, but says sex never happened. How do you enjoy someone's mental and physical connection, but sex never happened? And then when you go out of town, he goes out with them.
I'm sorry, what, Bill?
That was a whole lot.
Repeat that.
So I'll just say this. I'm gonna just rephrase that. In marriages and in relationships, people go through stages, and so cheating happens.
Yep.
We cannot run away from that.
Right.
But it's all about how you choose to deal with it. And so in certain situations, it may happen on both parts, it may happen on one part. But how do you deal with someone that says they have a mental and a physical connection with this person? And it's a person that they claim they cut off prior to getting married, but now they're coming up, and then when you are not in town, they go out with this person.
That's tough, Candace.
That's cheating.
That's a hell of a boomerang.
DJ is killing me, man. DJ killing me.
That's a hell of a boomerang right there.
They're not out your bloodstream yet. They never was
right.
Your bloodstream.
Right. Exactly. They never got over that person.
Yeah.
So when they get caught and they claim they cut them off, is the spouse supposed to believe that they're cut off now?
No.
Nah.
Don't believe that. Nah. Because that connection is there. It's connected. Just like
there.
you,
So
it's there.
Let me ask you, man, this. Why get married if you still have this connection with this female?
Ooh,
who's starting? Wait, who's starting?
Yeah, look, who want to go first on this?
No, I do.
Well, go for it.
Yeah, because I got to take a restroom break on that one.
you know what I'm saying? He's like, wait.
So Candace, I agree with you on that. And that's why I think a lot of times people don't take marriage serious. I've only been married once, and that's because I do take it serious. I know who I am. I know my faults. I know my character flaws. And so before I put another woman in that situation where we're married, you see, it's one thing to be dating, but where you're married, I take those vows serious enough that before I do that, if I ain't got all that out of my system, I'm not going to marry. And I haven't said that. I marry for love. I would marry for money now at this stage. But even then, I would get all of that type of stuff out of my system. To your point, if that woman or man still has some kind of emotional connection to whoever, no, you shouldn't be making no serious commitment at that point, because there's something seriously wrong. Because if something that big and important is missing, then why are you taking that ultimate step? And so, no, I have female friends. And even when I've been in serious relationships, I still had female friends, but the boundaries at that point had to change. So that's when you tell that female friend, okay, you know, I'm dating somebody serious now. You can't call after 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me finish. So that I need you to meet my woman so she knows who you are. So any woman I'm going to talk about around my woman, she knows who that person is, because no new people shouldn't be popping up out the woodwork and shit like that. You shouldn't have to go in another room to have a conversation, because once the commitment is made, there should be a level of respect. So even with my woman or wife or whatever, my thing is, no, you can't be developing no emotional connection to somebody else and being okay with me. I'm going to set your monkey ass free at that point. You can go do what you need to do.
Facts.
I'm sorry, Lee. You crack me up every time you say monkey.
I'm sorry.
Right, I know. I was waiting for the monkey ass.
I'm sorry. That's a New York thing. That's what we say in New York.
Yeah.
That's a black thing, because I know
That's definitely a black thing. Because I know I say
Yes, it
monkey
is.
ass to my
Okay.
damn self.
I don't think no other race say this. except us.
Yeah, that's a black thing right there. For real.
So I'll say this: my husband knows all of my male friends, and Kenny, you dealt with my male friend Lamar. I'm not
Right.
sure what your relationship like with him now, but Lamar is my male best friend. But as for his female friends, no, we don't have that same relationship. And there's some that I've told him to cut off that have disrespected me. And it gets to the point where I'll just say this: I don't want to be in a situation where I'm constantly asking you to cut people off. Like, it is what it is. We're both adults. I'm not insecure, but I'm not going to allow people to disrespect me. So if I continue to be disrespected, I don't want to be in this situation no more.
Well, here's the thing. As a man, when you with your woman, your wife, or whomever your significant other is, you have to set boundaries for your female friends. And I have a.
What if you've been intimate with those female friends?
Well, I can't speak on that because I've never been intimate with my female friends that I'm really close with. I can't speak on that. Lee can probably speak on that with his monkey ass, because I'm sure he can speak on that. But
does that make a difference for you?
Bert, yes, that does make a difference.
It does make a difference. Yeah, it does make a difference.
Physical with him. It's completely.
Oh my God.
The only thing that he's ever done to me was massage me. But
What? What type of massage?
So is that cheating?
Wait a
Was
minute.
that
Wait a
cheating?
minute. Wait a
Was that
minute. I gotta get another goddamn. I gotta get another goddamn drink right now. Oh God. Wait a minute. Hold up.
It was before we were married. Yes, my platonic friend massaged me, and I was.
I get it. That's cool. But what I'm saying is, what type of massage was it?
I was naked, so.
Oh hell! Wait a minute. God damn.
Question. I'm gonna ask one question. Bert, wait, babe, you gotta come back to this. So, Candace, I'm gonna go on this. So, if you're fully dressed and one of your platonic friends massage you, that's cheating? That's a problem?
Do you think so?
I'm just asking the question.
Listen, I'll answer. I'm not gonna answer for the fellas. Fucking right it is.
This is my last.
Because if I
This
tell
is my
you,
last drink
guess
for
what?
the night.
One of my homegirls, depending on what type of massage was it?
Fully dressed.
What type of massage
I'm
was
saying
it?
fully dressed.
Look, fellas, check it out. What type of massage was it?
We're not talking about us. Clear your throat.
What type of
I'm
massage
talking
was
about if.
I want to.
Can I
break
get
it down.
it out? Can I talk? I'm just saying, if a friend of yours, if you were an athlete and they massage,
I don't care what you are. Nope.
Woo.
As an athlete, if they massage your ankle and you met that person,
I'm going down.
is there a
Yes.
You ain't around.
Yes.
I'm talking about like this is strictly you a sports athlete, they massage your ankle and you got back in the game.
Well, that's fine. I mean, it's just then they just massaging your ankle, but damn, I mean.
So what if you met that friend and you never told your significant other? Is that a problem?
That's why.
Depending on the ankle rub.
No, just an ankle. I'm strictly talking sportsmen. Other people might have thought they liked you, but you didn't like them.
Now I'm on the record of saying that if you don't get caught, you don't have to tell everything. I don't want to know everything.
Exactly. Thank you, bro.
Right.
I don't want to know everything.
Yeah.
But just know that if you come telling me that, well, he only rubbed my ankle, okay, I'm a file that away now. Now, when a good female friend of mine just rub, I'm just saying. Now, when a female rub my neck, I want you to remember that ankle.
That's
Me
right.
and
A neck is a pressure point.
No.
Not at all.
A neck to a man is ass.
Nothing ever happened between me and my friend. So nothing at all.
But Candace,
He gave you that,
hold on,
he gave you
Candace.
that massage, though.
First of all,
Like
a
you was butt
neck,
naked.
can I say one thing that Lee said? A neck is a pressure point. That's a different from a damn ankle. Unless you a man with a foot fetish.
We gonna do semantics now.
Thank you, bro.
Unless you're a man with a foot fetish, A neck is a spot for men and women.
How you know it wasn't a foot fetish for him?
And let me tell you, DJ. Hold on, DJ.
Why? I'm not answering this
keep
question.
hearing my show. Tell nobody else, DJ.
Hey,
nothing happened.
boy, this show that went to the left like Beyonce. God damn, this show that went to the left.
Right.
We need to have a private call because I can't say everything on this show.
Soon as the show over, we got
Yeah,
this.
y'all need to talk.
Wow.
Junk in the trunk, y'all need to talk.
Don't call me that. I don't like that name. I don't have junk in the
Well,
trunk.
I got junk in the trunk and I'm proud.
I don't. I'm a flat.
Oh, honey, you got double junk in the trunk. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I don't. I'm flat.
But we've been going for.
Right on.
Can I say one thing though?
Brittany gonna say what is she coming on, Brittany?
One thing. Since we were talking about
Brittany, you done missed the good shit. Brittany, you missed the good
Candace,
shit.
can I say one thing? Since we already went left, I just got one left question to ask. Since we talking about white women against black women, does white women oral sex and black women oral sex differ? And we're gonna start with Kenny.
I've never been with one.
Oh yeah, you said that.
I say this? I think it was different. If I'm not gonna say all that I do.
But let me say this: I've had white women that came on to.
But
I've never been with
oral sex, to me, Hannah, oral sex is oral sex. If you know what you're doing, it ain't gonna differ.
I think it is though, because some black women don't believe they swallow. Some black women don't believe that you should lick.
I hate that this is on Facebook because if this was strictly YouTube, I'll tell y'all. Well, I'm a freak. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna leave it at.
There's some good.
Lord, the last thing I need to hear from little cousin Tom.
White women don't swallow.
Lord.
What you say?
I was told all white women swallow. You had
This
white
a trap.
Do it.
Trap.
Black women do too.
I
Black
don't know.
women do.
Okay, can I say one thing? I am not trapping you. I know your past, so I don't care. Okay, you can proceed because I don't care.
Let me say this. Let me say this. All the white chocolate sisters out there. I ain't discriminating. If you look like something, you got something you working with, I'll let you. Hey,
that's right. She just shot. You shooting from 50, son. That's right. You shooting from 50. That's right.
I love
Don't let this chocolate voice brother fool you. I ain't gonna kick you out the bed. I'll put you like that. All right.
You been with white women, right?
Hannah, look at DJ's comment, and that's gonna answer your question.
All black women do not swallow. Kenny, Emily, we're on you.
Hannah.
Oh, you asking me?
What, Candace? What did you say?
I agree with DJ.
I agree, but also, do all black women suck balls?
Oh my goodness. What'd you say?
Do all black women suck balls?
Yeah. Well, the ones I know,
they don't.
They play with them at least. The ones I know, they play with them. Yeah, they
you didn't see what was on the show about the guy fucking the face. He also liked his booty hole being.
Remember, I was on the road. Bert was the only one on that show. I was on the road for that show. So Lee, we're on you. You slept with white women.
Oh yeah.
Black women and white women oral sex differ.
Not anymore. There was a time when it was acceptable. White women and black women pretended like they didn't do it. They did it, Now back in the day, when you got a black woman that did it, it was like finding treasure, like a leprechaun.
You ain't never lied.
You guarded her. You said, "Oh my God, I got me a header." I got me a header. But this is just men talk. But you guarded her because it was so special.
Yeah.
But white women, they viewed oral sex differently. Again, it's a cultural thing that oral sex, they don't place no taboos on it. But here in 2021, there is really no difference. Black girls are just as skilled as can be, and they do pretty much whatever. It doesn't matter because you can get head before you. I haven't kissed a woman in the mouth in over 5 years. I've sucked toes, ate ass, done all kinds of stuff. I've not kissed a woman in the mouth in over 5 years. Kissing is intimate. Sucking dick is just normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just normal.
Brittany said that's why we got our rings.
But eating ass ain't intimate though, bruh.
No, but I'm just,
Okay.
I'm freaking. Candace say she freaking. Now you can't do everybody. I'm on a hygiene kind of thing. But I was making a point that I've eaten a woman's ass and still not kissed her in the mouth. Their mouths are nastier than their ass and pussy.
Ooh, damn.
Wait, what DJ say?
So
DJ
that's real talk.
Just like guys say they don't eat cat, we all do. I know y'all do.
Oh yeah. When we go,
And I don't need everybody because women hygiene.
But I don't eat everybody.
Women hygiene have changed. Women hygiene have changed.
I'm interested in, attracted to. Yeah, I'm gonna go down there and lick that thing, but I don't do that to everybody. Oh hell no.
There you go. Because women hygiene have changed.
Who actually smells like trout?
Listen.
It's worse than trout.
But
it's worse than trout.
No, it's worse than trout.
It's worse than trout.
It smells like the city dump.
Yeah, it's worse than trout.
Everybody talking. Bert want to tell his story because he had a bad.
That means a whole lot. That kills the whole. That can kill the whole movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
That kills the whole movie.
Bert said when he was younger, somebody stink. I don't believe women actually.
What?
I ain't gotta go that far. I'm talking about recent. If I'm getting head and I do the scratch and sniff test, and my thing is when I touch that mustard snatch and I put it under her nose, when she flinch, then I'm like, now you see what I can't do nothing down there.
I don't. So women, you gonna tell me? I guess I'm different. I'm sorry. So you telling me you want to lay with a woman and she did not phically clean herself down there?
We don't know.
It's so limited. Real talk.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
I don't know.
I want to ask you a question. This is a serious question. When's the last time you've been in a store? I want you to answer me honestly. And you looked over in a woman's basket and you saw feminine hygiene products, deodorant. You don't see that anymore.
I can say recently.
This generation don't clean themselves. A lot of this generation don't take baths on a regular basis.
Who are you messing with? Because the women that I see, yes, I see it. When I'm in the same aisle, the feminine cleaning and all that, it be women in the aisle with me. So
it's burnt.
God bless you. I'm telling you what's real because I'm out here and the hygiene is not what it used to be anymore.
What age group are you dealing with, Lee?
I'm talking about grown ass women, professional women. I done told you guys this a million times. The women who give me trouble when I drive over to Riverdale and Jonesboro, those the women give me trouble in Church's Chicken and shit like that. If I'm out here in Smyrna and Kroger's or I'm in a nice place, that's easy pussy. That's easy pussy. And these are grown professional women, have better places than me, better cars than me. Pussy is not hard to get. What world are y'all living in? That's the easiest thing in the world.
I'll say one thing though.
It is not hard. Go ahead, Hannah.
I have left the bathroom with professional, business-oriented women, and when they walked out and I walked in, I'd be like, "Girl, get some water."
Candace, you worked in our building. Telling me the free women bathroom. Thank you.
I'll say this, Lee. The only women that I ever ran into the bathroom with were the twins, the Love twins.
Right.
And they clean. These are Nigerian girls, and now we know they're virgins. But that was who I went to the bathroom with. Now, our other coworker that don't like to bathe, I don't know about her.
In most business places, the woman bathroom is absolutely filthy.
Mm-hmm. Men and Candace, so we both professional women. Have you ever? So I have been in a woman's bathroom and a man's bathroom because I had to go that bad. I went to a man's bathroom. I was younger. I went to a club because I used to club in my 20s. I ain't going front. I had to go so bad I went to the men's room. I can be honest with you. The men's room and the clubs were so much cleaner and sanitary than these nasty ass women. And I mean, when I tell you when I went to the club, I ain't go to no hood clubs.
You know, well, I'll say this.
Upscale, pay some money. Well, I got them free, but pay some money clubs to get into, and you go in the women's bathroom and you be like, who raised you? And where's your water?
Hannah, I'll say this because people say all day the men's room is cleaner. No. When I was in college, and maybe this is going on 2005, 2007, so almost 20 years ago, to me, the women's restroom was cleaner. I was a cocktail.
You're saying 20 years ago. Bree, let me correct you. I had chlamydia 4 times, baby, not 5 times.
That's good. I mean, well, you can't follow up on that. You can't follow up on that. That's that.
That's fact.
Why did you have chlamydia? Because you didn't use
if you're gonna tell it right. What you say?
You used no.
You know, not with head. I don't like head with a condom.
From head. Oh,
HPV from head too. Remember,
I don't think you're understanding me. Their mouths are nastier than their pussies.
Right, exactly.
I don't you don't understand.
Pussies are nasty too. If the mouth.
I'm telling you, I jimmy up when I screw, but I don't get head with a condom on. I want to feel the real deal.
That's your fault. You should have used.
Of course it is. But I'm just telling you my truth. So how you think I feel that I got some head, jimmied up, and I still got chlamydia?
Candace, we gotta be real. Ain't nobody sucking on rubber.
Hannah.
I'm not sucking.
Oh, my brother's in here. Second son. My brother that dropped in here. Oh my goodness.
But
what's up, bro? My baby brother up in here.
When I had my one night stand, because I did have a one night stand, but the guy I had known him from a long time. We had classes together. I don't consider him a one night stand because we still talk afterwards. I hate to say this. When I blew his name, he had a banana condom on, and I blew it with the banana condom on. So I was not blowing him without a condom.
Okay, can I be transparent?
I didn't need to hear that.
Judgment free zone,
I really
right?
didn't. I really didn't.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm putting myself out there, Candace. I'm gonna put myself out there. So I'll be honest. My first marriage, towards the beginning, I didn't give oral sex because I got married at 18. Mm-hmm. I was a Christian woman. I was raised that you don't give oral sex. Towards the end, I grew up and realized like you got to do some things. So I was not that sexually, giving head, person at that time. So now if I choose to do I'm not sucking rubber because when I first did it, I didn't have rubber. Like if I had a one night stand.
Hannah, what if it's flavored?
Well, I sell sex toys now, so I have it all.
And I bought some, and I was waiting.
Oh, that was your order that went through. I was like, who ordered went through? It's private. I didn't get it.
What the hell? Y'all talking about sex toys? What the hell?
No.
I ordered. Hannah works for Bedroom Candy, and I ordered some stuff.
That was your order. I was like, who order is this? So that was your order. Okay. So
tell the woman to get some of the orders and be clean.
So I'm gonna be honest, women.
DJ, he said the candy shop after dark.
Can we be honest as women? Can I say one thing?
That's a good time.
It is. Can I say one thing as women? I feel like the biggest turn on to a man. I'm not a man. I don't claim to be a man. But I feel like if I'm going to be intimate with a man, I want to make sure I'm clean.
Oh, my God.
I'm shaved. And I'm presentable. Because just like we want to look good on the outside.
That's why you married.
We need to be looking good on the inside.
And that's why you're married. And that's why you're married.
And if you don't look good on the inside, then what does the outside mean?
You know, Hannah, we were shaving. We're in the Victoria's Secrets. Maybe that is why we're married, because
That's
we made
why you're married, baby.
100%. And not only that, I'm sorry, I put it on them.
Oh hell, here we go.
So think about the ones I'm dealing with, these nasty, filthy, lazy, no good.
Here we go.
You gotta switch it up.
I gotta put that.
She
Because let me
talk
tell
about
you something.
my little cousin. Talking about she done put it on him. Oh
A
Lord,
lot of men say, a lot of women say this, and I'm a big believer in this. If you marry or if you committed, it shouldn't be no.
That's right.
It's no.
That's right. That's right.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'll say no to a threesome because I ain't sharing that. But other than that, because I feel like that's the only thing I disagree with. I feel like when you're married, it should not be a threesome in it. And if you tiny T, I'll go ahead with it. But I feel like I feel like in a marriage, you should not be giving your body to someone else, because sometimes it don't always work out like that. You'll have people that believe in open marriage, but if you
I
don't
agree
answer
with
the
you.
phone
I
and they
agree with
sleep
you.
with somebody else, y'all could have threesomes all you want. But if somebody step out, then they consider that cheating.
I agree with
But you
you.
open the door for threesomes.
I agree with you.
let me ask you this: so should a man be giving all his Johnson? So he give his work? Should he be giving all his best moves if he ain't married?
Yes. Yes.
I think yes. If you
Yes.
want to get married, yes. It's a double standard. Like if you want
It's not even if you want to get married. It's not even if you
Okay.
want to get married.
So here
We
we
can't
go.
afford to have no bad dick reports out there because
You're right, but you're right, Lee.
Okay.
You're right, but you said that on your last show. Lee, you said that on your last show.
right.
You're right. You're right.
to, are we still talking about cheating or not? So
So let me say one thing. Let me say one thing. So prior to us being intimate, I was not intimate at that time prior to. So when we got, intimate, I was shocked because Bert's older than me. We gonna be honest.
I don't mean that.
He put it down. I ain't gonna lie.
So you didn't think old men could put it down?
I did think so.
Like, don't play on the Matrix.
I'm gonna be honest. In my mind, I was like, "Oh, this is about to be something." I'll be honest. I jumped on him. It was like 3 months, and I jumped on him. I'll admit my truth because we always had this debate. I did jump on him. I did. He probably been wanted it, but he didn't pursue it.
Okay.
And I respected that, and that's probably why we're at where we're at now.
That's dope.
Because the first night he did kiss me. But when he kissed me, I really had sparks through my body. And I was like, oh, you got to get out because I'm about to give you the draws. And
That's dope.
I wanted to give him the draws. But I had to push him out the door. Because in my mind, I was like, okay, if he stays here, then I'm not going to be in my celibacy. I'm going to.
And I want to piggyback off of what you're talking about, Hona. And Lee, you talked about this before on your show because we're older men. I just turned 52, and I think Lee, you 53, I believe.
Yep.
I don't know how, Bert. I don't know how old you are.
I'm 49.
Yeah, so we all in that age, and I think a lot of women, when we tell a woman at our age that we're celibate or we haven't had sex, a lot of women think we're lying. But when we tell you that shit, we really telling you the truth. So
don't be lying.
No, that's bullshit.
Keep going, brother.
No, real talk. But we really are telling the truth when we like, yo, we're trying to save ourselves for that right person. So does that change the way you think of a man at that age?
I'll say this: don't save yourselves. Get all that you can.
Wow.
So listen.
Wow.
So I'll answer that. I didn't think that I really, in my mind, I was naive. I can admit it. I was like an older man can't put it down. I mean, I was going to do it, but I didn't think he was going have me dead. But it just worked out that way. However, I feel like the reason why I feel like sex, people could say, oh, they want male or female. Sex is a part of the relationship. And I don't like how people be like, oh, you shouldn't have sex. No, because I'm sorry. And when I was first married, I believe you shouldn't have sex. You're supposed to wait, all that. I was that person. But I feel like now, it's no way you can get married to somebody. What if you get married, you commit, you give them your life, you 100% with them, and the sex is ass and trash?
Let me say this, Hannah. With the woman that's a double standard with the man, I don't want to know that it's been a long time since you had sex. I want to know that.
Don't tell me.
Well, I guess I won't give him that secret, but no, do what you do. I want to know that you're hot and popping, and another woman wants you, because that's gonna turn me on.
Really?
Air file.
So you okay, cousin? So you saying that you want to make sure that your man is hot and popping, and somebody else want him? That turns you on? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
We don't want a man that no one else. No, we don't want a woman to take our man, but nobody really wants a woman or a man. We don't want to be with somebody who no one else wants. Let's be honest.
That's right.
If no one else is attracted to the person you with, are you happy with that person? Really? Let's be honest with ourselves.
And do y'all run out of sperm? I want to know what my cousin Keisha is saying now. Keisha, you know we had an uncle that
hell no, we don't run out of sperm.
Yeah.
No, we don't, cuz. Oh Lord have mercy. Boy, this show done went to the left.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
That's right. Not a drink.
Look, I put the water down. I'm bad.
Lord have mercy.
But no, Candace, since it's the men's night, but Candace, if no one was physically attracted to your spouse, would you really want your spouse if no one else, like, suppose they look like Flavor Flav, no shot to it, but like Flavor Flav. But would you be physically attracted to that person and no one else wants?
Without the money, no. But with the money, yes. I'm dating Flavor Flav.
Really, cuz? Oh wow! Oh wow! God damn! Wow, that's crazy.
I'm joking.
That's crazy.
Man, y'all next. I'm gonna give my opinion. In my opinion, I'm sorry. I don't care how much money you got. I can't date Flavor Flav. I'm just that type of person. However, I would not want to be attracted to someone who no one else in the world thinks attractive but me.
He's gonna be foofy to me like he was to the.
I'm not doing that. I can't do it.
Karen, how long can you deal with that though? Like waking up next to something that you're not really attracted to, but because it got money.
Flavor Flav is like 20 or 30 years older than me, so I probably won't have to deal with it that long.
Oh shit! Oh no!
That nigga about to he about to go to the upper room real quick.
Lee can start it off because you know you be with
what?
If you're significant or somebody you with. If you are the only person in the world who thinks that person is attractive, is that a turn on for you?
No.
That's the question.
No.
Why?
No, that's why I said again, like you said, as human creatures, we're carnal, and you want to be with somebody else that some other people find attractive. That's just, I think, natural. Now the catch is, what do we consider attractive? Because we joking about Flavor Flav, but there's really somebody for everybody out there.
Right. Exactly.
So it depends on where you at in your station of life. If you're looking for physical beauty, and I tell people all the time, we basically fuck at what our options are. 20 years ago, I'm looking for the perfect body. I was 150 pounds slimmer. You know what I'm saying? I could flip and do tricks and swing from the chandeliers. So quite naturally and shit, I'm looking for my counterpart. At this stage of my life, I'm not saying a woman is going to be unattractive, but you have to move that needle now to what your standard is. And even now at this stage, people keep asking, well, what kind of woman are you dealing with? I wouldn't want a 25, 30-year-old. I'm not fucking every night. All that type of shit. I don't have the energy for that kind of stuff. At this stage now, I want somebody where the sex is about more romance than just straight fucking. So my thing is, a great evening now is, you guys are about to celebrate Valentine's Day. Right. What I envy about you guys, you married folks, to be able to be with somebody who you genuinely like, you genuinely like, so you can lay in bed and have a conversation, you enjoy talking to that person, that's great. The sex is the easy part.
Right.
I envy y'all for that.
Yeah.
Because as I say, I can go out, I can go to a 24-hour Walmart right now and bring a nasty, filthy bitch home. That's the easy part. Drag her out of Walmart right now. Sex is easy, but finding somebody compatible who
That's
you
right.
genuinely like, who's clean, good conversation. I envy what you guys have.
I totally agree.
That's my thing. So yeah, I want somebody that's attractive on those levels. Intelligence, great conversation, and yeah, don't hurt if she got a fat ass, but
right.
That's
What is the ass obsession with men? Like, why?
We're black men.
No, that's black men.
We're black men. We're black men.
It's just something about them booty cheeks that you see. That
Absolutely.
damn what that
ain't gonna never go out of style. Yeah,
that silhouette challenge. Oh my God!
There you go. There you go.
I thought I was in heaven.
Question. Speaking of silhouette challenge and booty cheeks, I talked about this last week to Chloe Bailey. I dedicated my show last week to her. We all dressed sexy. So
we was good. We looked good last week, Candace.
Yes. So yes, Hannah, I gotta step up. So why with Chloe Bailey doing it is she? I don't mind her being sexualized because she's very sexy, but why is she villainized for being sexy? Why is she called a thought and a hoe and all this other stuff?
I don't understand that. I mean that thing has. I mean that silhouette challenge has been all over the place, and I really don't know her. I mean, what is she? What is her background? I really don't know of her. Is she like
Bailey's sister used to sing on YouTube? Beyonce discovered them, and they became a protege of Beyonce. And her sister is actually going to be in Little Mermaid.
Okay, so I still don't understand them vilifying her. I'm like, when I saw her drop that thing, when I saw her drop that thing like that, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's all right there. She's a little young tender. I can't with her, but it's nice to look at. So I don't understand. That's the double standard in our society. Unfortunately, women have to deal with that, and it's not cool. I don't get that. So I have no answer for that, cousin. I really don't. But it was beautiful to look at. She was nice.
Thank you, Lee. Before you make a comment, I want to say this. Chloe Bailey reminds me a lot of myself as a young Black woman in college and discovering my sexuality. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that, and I feel like a lot of times when Black women are sexual, they make weird thoughts and holes. But when a Black woman, let's say Brooke Shields, is sexual, she's discovering her sexuality. So I feel like with Chloe, she was sexy. She's a beautiful young girl. I don't think she's not, and just because she's showing her body and doing whatever, that don't mean she's ready to get down or whatever, because I was a virgin doing that. Like, people would have called me fat or whatever, but it was a lot of times where I showed me and my thong with my fat ass, and I was still a virgin. So
can I say one thing too, Candace?
Yes.
Difference, I think, because
Kenny.
Sharon Stone was idolized for her showing her vagina and basic instinct and everything. But if we did it, it would be a problem. I'm gonna be honest. In my 20s, I was married, but I was naked. Not naked, but I had no stomach, and I had a child at that time. I had no stomach. I was half naked in the club. I'll be honest. I commit myself. I wouldn't do it now because I'm older. But she's younger. So back then, I'm not going to do it now. You're not about to catch me out here. I'm going to do my challenge. But but you can't catch me doing nothing like that at this age. But I feel like when you're in your 20s and you're discovering who you are as a woman, you want to be sexy. You want to show it off. You're not thinking of the consequences when you, like, I saw some pictures that show my Facebook memories, and I'd be like, what the hell was you wearing? Girl, why?
But this is the thing, Hannah. It's nothing wrong with being sexual as a woman, especially in your 20s, because we're not under 18. We're in our 20s. So it's nothing wrong with being sexual. Chloe Bailey is 24. And like I said, Chloe Bailey has the same shape I had at that age, but she's short. I was 5'7". So I think that's a part of being a woman. You have to discover your sexuality, because when it comes to being with a man, if you're so scared and you don't know how sexual you are going to lay there. You're going to be a dead leg, as a man would say. So
ain't no wrong with the dead leg. Shit. Bring
well,
it back
when
to
you're
life. You bring it back to life, God damn it.
I'll say this, as a woman, if I'm having sex with you, I want to enjoy myself. So I'm not going to be a dead leg.
Okay.
I'm going to ride the thing and do whatever. I want to have my orgasm and be comfortable in my body as well. I'll let Lee talk and then Hannah.
No, I was saying this. Lee wanted to say something.
I'm sorry?
No, I was saying Lee, yeah, it's on you.
Oh, okay. So the question was, you said you don't understand, why she's being villainized. Y'all talking apples and oranges. I don't think a man on here and a man in Twitter sphere is doubting that she was attractive. She bad as a motherfucker. The silhouette challenge was on point. She's sexy and all that. I don't think we're even begrudging her exploring her sexuality. The problem here is that you can't have it both ways. You can't perpetuate an image of wholesomeness and I'm not into that, and then do the silhouette challenge with your back arched like you're ready to take some dick and you got your drawers on and you're putting it out there, and then you wonder why we're looking at you different. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Let me ask you this, Lee, and I'm not gonna bring your friend up, but you have a female friend that's on your shows often that moves as a man that has sex a lot of times. But I want to know, like, to you respect her, but are these men respecting her when she?
No, you're still missing the point. We're not talking about whether or not she has the right to do it. I'm answering your question that she's being vilified because you can't have it both ways.
Let me ask you this. Why is Black women's sexuality vilified?
No. So take the race out of it. So this idea that Sharon Stone cracking her legs open, y'all doing apples and oranges. It's not a race thing. You can't want to have one image and then show something else. Dave Chappelle on his comedy routine tells a comedy story. He says that in the comedy routine that the woman puts on her turtleneck and her titties are busting out the turtleneck. And he said, "Oh, look at them titties." And you go, "Well, I'm not a hoe." The punchline to the joke is what you have on the outfit. The punchline is you have an outfit on of a hoe. You can't perpetuate an image of one thing and show something else. So whether you're white or black, that's the vilification.
So let me tell you this.
Don't act innocent now that when people saying, "Well, hey, wait a minute now, thought you was wholesome."
Let me ask you
Just be honest.
Let me ask you this question. You said a Black woman burst out of a turtleneck. So sometimes as Black women, our bodies are way curvier than white women.
You get caught up on missing the point, though.
I gave the same story. She wore the same exact dress as a woman.
Is my point being lost? You getting caught up on the point I'm making. The point I'm making here is that the joke he was telling was that even though you're right as a woman, that you have the right to put on whatever you want to, but it's confusing as hell because when we see you, we're going on what we see. So Chloe telling me that you wholesome, but the image you just put out there says something different. And as far as my friend who sleep with men, she owns that. And you're right. I don't judge people because of that, because she's not perpetuating to be something different.
Let me tell you
you're doing apples and oranges.
Let me tell you this, Ali. This is my show. So I'm gonna make my remark on your show.
Right.
So I'm gonna tell you this. On my show, as a woman, when we get dressed, wearing a turtleneck to us is just an innocent outfit. We are fully dressed. Now, if you're talking about being tight versus loose,
you completely missed the point.
Why, as a Black woman, though? Let me tell you this. Why
you completely missed the point.
No, I did not miss the point. I know what point you're trying to make, but you're trying to tell me, as a Black woman with my curves, I have to cover up my curves.
That's not the point I made.
If I decide to put on a turtleneck,
that's not the point I made.
Okay, Lee. Let me talk. If I decide to put on a turtleneck, if I have a big bosoms, I can't wear a turtleneck because it's gonna look tight on me. That's not right. It's not right. In a turtleneck, you're still covered up. Go ahead, Hannah.
But we went from turtlenecks to the point about her perpetuating two different stories. This never was about turtlenecks, sweetheart.
Wait, let me say one.
Go ahead. You missed the point.
Lee, I get Lee point and I get Candace point. And when I'm gonna say something on both. What Lee is basically saying, what I get from it, if we wear our titties out to the high heavens, and a man be like, look at them titties, why are we cussing you out for looking at us when we have them on display? That's what I'm saying. If we have a thought, wait, let me just say this one point. If we have, now I'm not talking about fully covered because we have curves. I'm gonna go to your point next, Candace. If we have it on display, like we can wear a turtleneck with our nipples out, or we can wear a turtleneck with our nipples covered. Some women will wear a turtleneck with no bra. And at that point, you have your whole nipple out. It's fitted, you have a turtleneck, you're covered to the neck, but your nipple is out.
Yeah.
And that's white or black.
Let me say this, Hannah. I cannot help how the European view of dressing is. As a Black woman, I can only go by what we dress like. We have curves. It's going to show regardless of what we have on. I can have on sweats, and my booty is going to show in my sweats because I have an ass. So please miss me with the whole we're dressing like this to get whatever.
No,
and let me remind you all, this is my goddamn show. So I feel the way that I feel. But I'm gonna let y'all say y'all points.
Okay.
And we're not discounting that. We love that, but we have views as well.
Can I finish my point? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm doing by Lee's point at this point in time. So what Lee is saying, I understand what you're saying for us, that point of view. Far as sometimes women, and I'm talking about just Black women, it's white women out here with no curves that decide because you don't have big titties that I can wear my nipples out, and why the fuck are you looking at my nipples? So that's true. But also us as Black women, and I'm off a Lee point, I'm on Candace's point, us as Black women, we are built differently. We are curvier, so we can wear something that we're not trying to this. And I'm on both sides of you. I'm neutral in this shit. We can wear both sides. We're gonna show something that y'all might think other people might think that we're trying to be sexual, but basically we're trying to be us. But we can wear it a certain way as well. Like sometimes I'll wear a longer sweater because I know my ass will poke out of sweatpants. But if I want to be sexy, then I'll just wear whatever. And it's not that I'm trying to be sexualized.
Can I say something real quick? Let me say something real quick.
I can say this, Bert. I can say this to Lee's point. I do understand where he's coming from because we wear stuff. You do have to be cognizant of what you're wearing. So I can say to Lee's point, be cognizant of what you're wearing. But go ahead, Bert.
Yeah, basically, here's the thing. With the silhouette challenge, the whole nine, she looked good, whatever the case might be. In that type of genre, you're trying to stay relevant. Okay, your job is to really keep yourself out there, keep people thinking about you, keep people looking at you, whatever your growth is, whatever you embracing your sexiness, the whole nine. Now, the only thing to that is that there's going to be people out there that's not going to like it. There's going to be some people out there that's going to compare you to what you put out there and then what they actually see. I don't give a damn what you wear. You can do whatever.
Can I do it?
Wait a minute. Time out. Let me talk. Now, if I'm somebody that's saying that I'm into, this is what I'm about. This is what I'm about. Now, if I'm coming out there wearing jeans and you can see my print, the whole nine, and a woman look at it, yeah, I got the right to wear that. But they're gonna like, damn, why Bert wearing something like that? And he out here supposed to be some preacher, he's supposed to be doing this and doing that. He's showing all the goods. I'm sure his wife would not like that. Now, I'm still the same Bert, but from what I'm wearing, I'm giving off the impression of something else. So it can confuse the masses. So it's not so much of you can't wear what you want to wear or black and white. And sometimes it might play a small role into that. But when you're putting out there a certain image and then you're doing a total 180 or a total 360,
I'm not saying you can't do that. And I think that's what's getting caught up. I'm never going to say that you can't do what you want to do.
So can I
But there's going to
say
be a backlash to that.
Can I say
because
this?
of the former image that you have.
Baby, it's your show.
until
You've
people
established
get
this
more
is the candy
comfortable
shop.
with your
Damn
new
it. So
stuff.
say
Can
what
I
you need to.
Can I say this though? With Chloe Bailey, her sister is doing The Little Mermaid. She separated her page from her sister because of the fact that she wanted to find herself. So she knew that she may receive backlash because of how she was being. But I don't agree with all the backlash that she received. I also don't agree that she got upset about it, because when you put something online, you got to know that people gonna criticize regardless of what you do. You have to be comfortable in yourself. So if you want to be sexy, you gotta be willing to accept that backlash that's gonna come with that. So
I agree? What did I say? Can you comment what I said? I don't know what
I agree with Lee, and yes, we cannot demand all disrespect, because in today's society, it's the perception. People are gonna view us as thoughts. But I'll say this, I wish that would change, because just because I might dress sexy doesn't mean that I'm getting down with everybody. So
True,
that's
can I say one thing too? When I used to dress sexy back in the day, I wanted men to look at me because I wanted to know if they viewed my sexiness. And I own my shit. I've always been that type of person. When I used to dress sexy back then, I did it for myself.
I got you,
my bad. I wanted men to look. Not that I wasn't taking you home. I didn't want you. I wasn't sleeping with you. You wasn't getting no ass. But I wanted to know where you want to look. I was called a tease. I don't know why that didn't make sense. But I felt like at that point in time when I dressed sexy, I did want men to look at me. And I can own that shit at that point. And now, if I dress how I dress, I don't want you to look at me, because I might just be throwing on some shit because I'm ready to go run some errands. That's just how I am at this point in time. However, back then I did. But now that Bert is back, I want to ask a question. Can I do the Bust It Challenge since we can own our shit?
Oh, here we go.
Can you answer the question?
It's going.
Wait, Hannah.
No, can I? Yes or no?
It's going down.
Let me say this. I wanted to address Lee. So with Lee, I definitely agree with what you're saying. You are saying what is society, and I cannot go against that because that's what it is. But I just wish it was different. Now, one thing that I didn't agree with on your show though is in regards to children. So I know you said that we see our children as like wholesome, sweet little children, but the next person might see them as a nappy-headed bitch. I didn't like that, because I feel like people need to be accountable for their thoughts. Like we need to come out of that. But no, I agree with Lee a lot of times with what he's saying, but I do like to challenge him because it's fun.
I'm an opinionated SOB.
And it's because it's dialogue, and this
Lee,
is what we need. We need that dialogue, and it's beautiful.
I love Lee because he keeps it all the way 100.
Exactly.
We might disagree on things. A lot of times I agree with Lee, but I like playing devil's advocate too.
It's all love.
Yes.
I love that you are a strong woman with strong opinions. That is an absolute turn on. Don't ever change. I'm an opinionated SOB until I die in the grave.
I am too.
Can I say one thing? I'm not coming against no race. I love us being black people on a black channel saying our black opinions. And it's Black History Month. I'm not coming against no other race, but it's just something about when black people can come together and have a dialogue, and they feel as though we can't make more than four-letter word sentences. I respect the dialogue that we have as men and women on this panel, that we can express ourselves. Yeah, we might get a little raunchy. Yes, we might curse, but we will educate you. We will have different opinions, and we don't knock and disrespect and put other people down for their opinions prior to, what other people believe is us. I respect that we all can have a platform that you, Candace, provide for us. Lee, your show provides for us, that we can actually express ourselves as black people, and especially Candace as black women, because some people out agrees us that we're black bees or we're too opinionated or we have to stay in our place. So when you can express yourself and as a black person that we all can agree and relate, it just hits a little differently. Not disrespecting any other race out there, but it's different when you can dialect with your own. It's just something just more powerful and more, it just makes you feel better when you can just have that conversation with your own people, if that makes sense.
You know what makes the best friends? Great friendships are born not because you all think the same way. Think about your best friends you've got. You have disagreements. The beauty of it is you agree to disagree without being disagreeable. So I love your views. I know I'm an opinionated asshole. So, and I'm staying strong on my views. I wouldn't expect anything different from anybody else. And that challenges me. And that's how I learn. So I love it.
Oh, thank you, DJ. We gotta have DJ on this panel, but
Yes.
DJ's a trip.
I had to leave. What I missed is this final thoughts.
we haven't done any final thoughts, and we've been on almost.
No. I'm supposed to be calling somebody.
I was like, yeah, I missed.
Hannah was gonna ask a question though. I wanted to know that.
What's my question?
I don't know. You were saying something before you had that
conversation. Can I do the busted challenge?
Oh shit! Oh boy!
I posted my own busted challenge, but it was before the top half.
Bird, you hear your lady? She talking about she trying to do a busted challenge. That's on you, bro.
Okay.
Can't look. Do I look phased?
Yeah. You totally look unbothered. You totally look unbothered. So.
Can I say one thing now? I'm joking. I encourage every woman out there, but myself, I can't see me doing the busted challenge only because I have a 14-year-old son. I have two stepsons. One is 21, and the other one is 26. And I do not want them seeing me in that light, busting it wide open. And that's just my opinion. I ain't gonna lie. If Juvenile come on, I ain't gonna front. Juvenile come on and just back that ass up. You might see this.
But let me say this, Hannah, though. But you still a grown, sexy woman. So my thing is, you should feel comfortable in doing that. And if it's on there, just make sure that you're not. I mean, I wouldn't think that you would want your children following you doing that, but you should feel comfortable in be a sexy black woman that you are, and do that, and have no problems with doing it.
Andy, I don't criticize any woman for doing it. It's what my thing is about women. You feel comfortable whatever you feel is going to make you comfortable. Gabrielle Union did it, and it was real sexy.
And Hannah, I was
naked or nothing.
And I was going to say, I got a 12-year-old son going on 13. How do you think he got here? I was going to do the busted challenge. What did they say, baby boy? Mama got to have fun too. So.
Hell yeah. Hell, we wouldn't have this talk show if our mamas didn't do the busted. They didn't bust it. Our mamas busted once or twice. I mean, real talk. At the end of the day, they didn't did it. So it is what it is.
Here you go, DJ saying, can white women do it too?
Candace, you see how you say that? That's why I said it's whatever skin you feel comfortable in. Like my thing is I would feel some type of way doing it because I wouldn't want, I'm not gonna say back. I'm pretty sure it's videos of me in college back in
the Tell Bree she can do it. She can send me a DM if she wants to.
But I don't think
I want to see yours.
Sexy or women feel sexy, and men is doing it.
Bree, you can do it. You can send it to my DM if you want to.
You know what?
No, I was gonna say the silhouette. Yeah, the silhouette challenge. Men are doing that too, and I done seen
men are doing what?
The silhouette challenge on TikTok. I done seen.
Oh hell no! Men are doing that?
I'm saying men are showing their whole entire penis.
And it's
the whole entire penis.
No,
so before
what do you have to say about that? Lee, what do you have to say about that? Men showing their whole entire dicks on TikTok.
God bless them. That's a young man's game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, you know, every man blessed differently, so I don't know, but I ain't doing that shit.
DJ doing the silhouette challenge shit. Me and DJ are the same age, but he has a young spirit. So DJ, are you doing a silhouette challenge showing your whole thing?
But men are doing that.
I got a spirit, but I ain't doing shit. Hell no, I ain't showing my damn dick on no damn silhouette. Hell no.
But you know what's crazy? Men are criticized. Women are criticized for the silhouette challenge, and men are praised for showing their dick.
Who are men praised by? They praised by. Okay, then. It's praised by y'all.
I don't see why men. I'm sorry, not to be offensive to gay people, but any man doing the silhouette challenge is gay to me. If you
Wow.
And to say it again,
Wow.
That's some shit that I will not do.
Wow.
And I don't like no strippers for that reason. I don't like no strippers for that same exact reason. I don't need to see it.
No, sir. No, ma'am. I'm good.
That's why we get along, Candace, because we are one of the same. I don't need to see it. To me, I want to see it behind closed doors. If you advertising it for the world, then I feel like you one of them. You one of us.
No. Yeah, you got
baby. I gotta get off here. I gotta call somebody.
You about to get nasty, huh, Black?
No. I'm celibate.
You gotta Black before you get off. Black, talk about tomorrow night though.
Yeah, cause I don't have nothing going on.
That's your final thought.
No, about the show tomorrow.
Right, tomorrow night, guys. I'm doing a Valentine's Day special with all male panel. So we're gonna have women being able to call in and ask whatever you want to know. No subject is off the table. No subject is taboo. As of right now, I have about 10 guys lined up. So I don't know if they're gonna come at different times. So I welcome DJ. No, stop it, man. But I welcome you guys coming on live. DJ, I would love to have your ass come on live.
I told DJ about it. I told DJ.
My show is called Real Talk for Real Men. So you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you guys. And even if you can't, I know for people who are on dates and stuff, hey, type in a question. So even if you have a question, throw a question out there because we're going to be answering all of those questions. So I'd look forward to having you guys tomorrow night, 8 to 10.
Right. Thank you, Lee.
All right. Good seeing everybody. I hope to see y'all tomorrow. Some of y'all.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. So, Kenny, what are your final thoughts?
Oh, this damn show went off the rails. Yeah, my final thoughts is, man, I this was a beautiful thing, man. Black folks talking about relationships and just having the log is beautiful. But I will say this: I'm getting ready to poke fun at those that's got Valentine love this weekend, brothers. You done waited till tomorrow, your ass in trouble.
No, it's 3.
It's no. If you done waited to this late, try to get some shit for your lady, your ass in trouble. So all I can tell you is good luck to you, brother. I ain't got to worry about you, but I'm gonna be in Walmart looking at your ass laughing on them damn lines, trying to get them damn cards and shit. Them cheap ass bears, $8.99, and you talking about here, baby, love you. Oh, your ass gonna be sleeping on the couch, son.
Get your ass.
Yeah, that's my final thoughts. I ain't got to worry about that shit because I ain't got to buy no shit. I'm good.
Right, it's another day for you.
Yeah.
My final thoughts: know better, do better. Let's keep that communication line open between men and women. It's okay to agree to disagree, and pretty much that's it. That's all I got for you because we went all over the place today. We were everywhere.
This was a hell of a show.
It was a great show, but we went so many different places. I don't know if I can have a final word for each and everything.
All right. So Hannah, I'll let you say your final thoughts and then I'm gonna say mine.
Okay, so I'll say my final thought. One, Bree X for my Instagram. It is Chef Hannah. So that is it. Two, like I said, I really respect this panel. I know that we are it is Valentine's Day weekend, and Kenny said couples shouldn't feel sorry for y'all, but I feel like during COVID, I feel like if you're going to be safe with their significant other, this might be a time to just experiment at home or just do something good. I also feel like women, please stop buying all the Alfredo sauce off the shelf. It's easy to make. It is very easy to make. Please, Candace, I think I'm gonna make it on my YouTube tomorrow.
Oh
because
man,
in the stores. But I feel like I really respect the fact of everybody's opinion tonight. I respect that Candace has a platform that we can just uplift women, because I don't think we uplift and appreciate women as much as we should nowadays. And I'm a woman who agrees and will love to uplift other women. I feel like we're not uplifted and we don't uplift women enough. And I just respect that we can come on Candace Show, the Candy Shop, and just uplift each other, have a dialogue, and be able to create it. So I just want everybody to be safe this weekend. Enjoy yourself. Believe in safe sex, because you can catch COVID and STDs out in these streets. So you might want to strap up and mask up, however you want to do it. If you want to bust it open, do the busted challenge on your sexiness. Do whatever is comfortable in your skin. If you want to show your penis, show your coochie, do whatever you want that's going to make you happy, because nobody can validate your own happiness. You are responsible for being happy for yourself. No man, no woman, no child, no anything can make you happy but yourself. And that's my final thoughts.
Yes. Well, my final thoughts. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank my panelists. I always have a good time with my cousin Kenny, with Bert, with Lee, and with Hannah. So hopefully they will come back again in 2 weeks. Next week it is Ladies Night. I hope to have Bree on, because my channel is about upliftment of women. This was fun. We went almost 3 hours.
No, it didn't feel like it.
that's crazy. I know.
This was
It's
very
crazy.
Candace.
But I hope y'all have a happy Valentine's Day. If you don't celebrate it, oh well, it's another day, but just enjoy you. So
Already.
Or buy some toys.
That's what I'm doing. Well, I ain't buying no toys, but that's what I'm doing. But fuck that. I'm good.
So no
good.
booty beads, Kenny. No, I'm
No.
joking.
Kenny, listen. Valentine's Day weekend is when you can get it. That's like going to a wedding. They out here. They out here on TV.
Oh shit.
They looking for something.
Because Hannah does bedroom candy.
And I'll make Alfredo. I don't know how to make Alfredo sauce.
I'm getting ready to take my black ass to sleep. Y'all full of bullshit tonight.
Like your monkey ass asleep.
Right.
I love y'all, black people.
But thank you guys for watching.
Dude.
That is it.